49-54. So the Lady Falcons have been blown out of their last couple of games, and they're trying to get back on the winning track. For Gibbs, they are looking for their first win of the season, 0-13. But the thing that you'll notice about this Gibbs team when you look at their roster, there's a whole lot of freshmen. Probably one of the youngest rosters for a high school basketball team I've ever seen. And I think there's a lot of hope for the future upcoming for the Gibbs Lady Eagles. These two teams played, again, the first game of the year all the way back in November at Gibbs, and Fulton won that game 65-23. Joining me on the broadcast tonight here for the first little while is star of local television, Tommy Sweat, and hopefully we'll get to see the video, and when we get a link to it, we'll post it out. And he was featured by Channel 6 Television, and a great story about him and overcoming injury and being part of the radio station. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, Mr. Mays. Like I said, it's good to be back here. Broadcasting a game. I know it's not going to be for the entire duration of this game, but I mean, anytime I can get behind a mic and call a game with the voice of the Falcons, by golly, I'm going to enjoy it. So I look forward to this one. Fulton Lady Falcons looking to get back on track. Gibbs, like you said, looking for their first win. This is going to be a good game, hopefully, for the Lady Falcons.
Well, and for the Lady Falcons, really the big story is overcoming some adversity. It's been a great start to the season, but as we said, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games, as the tip is in the air, and it's going to be controlled by the Lady Falcons. Fulton dressed in white, moving to our left. Here's a three-pointer out on the wing by Bailey that's no good. Long rebound chased out of bounds. For the Lady Falcons, the starting lineup will look like this. Anaya Matthews is a senior. Maya Moore, a freshman. Aaliyah Knighton, a freshman. Rajane Bailey, a junior. And Renaja Gates, a junior. So still a relatively young lineup tonight for the Lady Falcons. With the basketball, Natalie Fender feeds it over to Dakota Large. Now they're trying to work it inside here to Brenna Taylor. And now Gibbs will reset their offense. Top of the key with the basketball, Addis Merritt is guarded by Moore of the Lady Falcons. They work it left side. Down on the baseline looking for a shot, cut off. Dribbling it back to the elbow is Large. Hands it back off to Taylor. Just underway, 7:16 remaining in the first quarter. No score between Fulton and Gibbs here from the Jody Wright Arena. Gibbs being very patient offensively, trying to slow the game down, shorten the game down. Now they try to feed it on the block to Taylor. The ball gets swatted away as she was open for just a moment. Ball got deflected away. Last touch by Fulton. It'll be Gibbs basketball underneath their own basket. Large will throw it in, looking all the way to the top side. They go to Taylor. Hand off to Merritt. Now driving left side. Fender to the basket. Cut off. Back inside the block. Taylor. Turnaround jumper is good by Brenna Taylor.
Difficult shot there, but a great shot. Gets Gibbs first blood here in this game.
Gibbs with a 2-0 lead. 6:42 on the wing. Here's Moore for a jumper from the elbow. No good. Rebound underneath. Taken away by Fulton. Then lost. Coming away with the basketball for Gibbs is going to be Large. And Dakota Large will set up the offense for the Lady Eagles.
Good steal.
Dressed in black. Now here's a steal. Driving to the basket. Layup is good. And the steal and the score, Aaliyah Knighton. And we're tied up at 2. Fulton shows pressure down the floor. Gibbs is able to break it. Pass at the free throw line comes to Taylor. Taylor looks to drive, feeds it right side. Three-pointer baseline, no good. Rebound off the front of the iron. Rajane Bailey with the rebound for Fulton. She's going to take it coast to coast.
Good block.
Her shot's going to be blocked away by Fender, and Gibbs comes away with a loose basketball. Gibbs across the timeline. Large works it on the right side to Fender. Pass down on the block intended for Taylor is going to go out of her hands, out of bounds, and it will be a turnover for the Lady Eagles, and it'll be Fulton basketball in a 2-2 basketball game. Thank you for joining us tonight here on WKCS Radio. Also, check out our WKCS Radio YouTube channel for the video stream as Fulton gets it inside to Gates. Her first shot's no good, but Renaja gets the offensive rebound in the putback, and the Falcons are up 4-2. So you can watch the stream of the game live on YouTube, also on Twitter. Shot up quickly by Gibbs, no good. Rebound taken away by the Lady Falcons. Here's Knighton Brings it across. Feeds it now to Matthews. Matthews, center of the floor, drives. Nice bounce pass to a driving Renaja Gates for the layup that's good, and Fulton increases the lead to 6-2 with 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Fulton again with pressure. Gibbs is able to break it to the basket. Fender shot up, no good. Offensive rebound by Brenna Taylor, and her putback is going to be blocked. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will still be Gibbs basketball.
Good.
Inbounds pass is going to be thrown directly to Fulton. Knighton stole it away, then she lost it. Gibbs at the other end. Here's a three-pointer up by Merritt that's no good. Offensive rebound by the Lady Eagles, no good, and the rebound comes away by Maya Moore of the Lady Falcons. All the way to the basket. Tries to lay it in with the right hand, no good. Gates with the rebound, no good. Knighton with a putback, no good.
Get in there.
Gates gets it again, putback, no good, but she's fouled underneath, as Fulton with a little bit of a size advantage underneath, dominating on the offensive boards.
If you can control the glass, Mr. Mays, you're gonna win a lot of basketball games right there. You saw 3 offensive rebounds, 2 by Renaja, 1 by Aliyah. She misses the free throw. But if you can control the boards, you can control the game. Just like in football, you control the line of scrimmage, you control the game. So that's what Tyler Howe's going to tell his girls. Control the boards, and we'll have a good chance of winning this basketball game.
First free throw by Gates was no. Second one is good. She has 5 of the 7 points for the Lady Falcons. Fulton up 7-2. Pressure down the floor. Merritt brings it across, throws it to Bailey, who had it for a moment. Then the ball kicks away over on the left side, and Brenna Taylor picks up the basketball and drains a long 2 from the corner.
Thought it was a 3.
7-4. And now driving to the basket for the Lady Falcons. This is going to be Moore, and she's fouled left side on the way to the hoop. The foul against Gibbs will be against Fender, will be her first. Team foul number 2. And Maya Moore will be at the line to shoot 2 free throws for Fulton.
If the Lady Falcons can figure it out, they can get whatever they want when they want to penetrate. Maya Moore using her speed right there. And Nia Matthews, another quick, fast guard. If they can take Gibbs off the dribble, which they can, they'll have a lot of success.
First free throw good. Second one good as well. 9-4. 4:05 remaining in the first quarter. Gibbs brings the basketball down the floor. Here's Fender. Gets it inside. Pass going to be deflected away and stolen, and then lost out of bounds by the Lady Falcons.
Got ahead of herself there. That's all right. Just control it.
As Fulton will substitute into the game Shania McCoy along with Robrasia Jackson. Gibbs to throw it in underneath their own hoop. Inbounds pass. Long is going to be chased down, then deflected away and stolen by Moore. Gibbs got a little lazy there. Here's Moore driving to the basket. Her shot's going to be blocked, and a whistle upcoming against Gibbs.
Great hustle there by Maya Moore to get the steal. Looked like number 20, Brenna Taylor, felt like she had nobody on her backside hip there. Just kind of jogged out to it. Maya Moore showing some great hustle. Gets the steal, and now a chance for 2 more free throws.
And the foul was against Taylor, her first. Moore at the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Lady Falcons. First one is no good. 9-4. Fulton with the lead here in the first quarter over the visiting Gibbs Lady Eagles. Second free throw is good. She's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Gibbs will face pressure. Pass almost deflected away and stolen by Fulton, but Gibbs is able to save it. They work it across left side to Large. Now top side. Here's a long 2 fired up by Fender that's no good. Renaja Gates with the rebound for the Lady Falcons. She'll bring it to the other end. Feeds it to Matthews, to Moore, left side for a 3 that's too long. And the rebound goes out of bounds. And it will be Gibbs basketball.
Tyler Howe telling them to attack. That's a 1-pass shot right there. You want to just be patient, move the ball around, get 5-6 passes. Then you can take that 3-pointer there.
Gibbs to work it in, center of the floor. It comes to Taylor. Taylor feeds it on the left side. Now right side on the wing, driving is Fender. Cut off. Fulton playing very aggressive defense. Here's a shot up left side. Taylor, no good. Rebound chased out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Falcons. So Gibbs will have it underneath their own basket. Trailing in this game 10-4 in the first quarter. Inbounds pass, baseline to Fender.
That was way too easy.
Here is a 15-footer up and good. Natalie Fender. 10-6, 4-point lead here for the Lady Falcons.
There you go. Be patient. Move it.
Fulton with 4 out around the perimeter. They'll just work it around the perimeter, and now Coach Tyler Howell calls a play for Anaya Matthews. Fakes, dribbles left, gives it to Moore, left wing, drives in the lane, makes a nice move. A floater in the lane is up and good.
Beautiful penetration there by Maya Moore.
By Maya Moore.
Ooh.
12-6.
Gosh.
Gibbs quickly to the other end. Baseline three-pointer by Taylor is no good, but they get the offensive rebound. Put back by Voigt. Shot blocked away by Renaja Gates. Moore picks it up for the Lady Falcons to the other end. Drives to the free throw line. Floater, no good. Long rebound corralled by Gibbs. They clear it out to Large. He'll bring it to the other end. McCoy defending down the floor for Fulton.
Good hustle.
Inside ball deflected away, stolen by Matthews of the Lady Falcons. Anaya Matthews trying to go coast to coast, fires one up off the glass, no good, but she's fouled on the way to the basket. I tell you, at the other end of the floor, Gibbs is getting some good shots, just can't get them to go down right now.
Exactly. They've had plenty of good looks. They've hit a couple. Brenna Taylor, the freshman there for the Gibbs Lady Eagles, has got 4 points. But like you said, Fulton better be careful because if you're playing a team and you're consistently giving them open looks, they're going to make you pay eventually. I don't care if they're 0-13 or 13-0. You give a team open looks, they're going to make them.
Anaya Matthews, first free throw, no good. Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Moore. Her putback, no good in the lane. Rebound by Gibbs. It was Merritt who got it. Clears it now to Large.
That a girl.
Large, cross-court pass is stolen. Stepping in front of the pass, stealing it is Moore. Driving layup, no good.
It's all right. I like the hustle, Maya.
Golden opportunity missed by the Lady Falcons, leading 13-6. Gibbs with the basketball. Top side, three-pointer, Merritt, back iron, no good. Rebound knocked out of the hands of the Lady Falcons. Now loose on the floor, taken away by Voigt. They work it inside to Taylor. Layup is no good, but she's fouled.
Lady Falcons had the rebound. You just got to grab it with two hands. You don't want to dribble a loose ball. You just pick it up, pass it out, or you pick it up, and then you dribble. That's a silly play there by Elia Knighton trying to dribble a loose ball.
Foul on Anaya Matthews will be her first. And the freshman Brenna Taylor at the line to shoot two. And the first one is good. She has 5 points on the game for the Lady Eagles. She'll have one more free throw. She's a left-hander. Second free throw, good. 13-8. Gibbs playing tough here early. Now into the game for Fulton is Bailey. Over to McCoy, top side. Bounce pass in the corner. Comes to Knighton. Now to Rob Brazier Jackson in the lane. Goes up for a shot, no good. Blocked away by Gibbs, and the loose basketball scratched away by the Lady Eagles. Fender brings it across. Left side, they go to Large. Large guarded by Matthews, trying to knock it away. Now to Merritt. Here's a pass, deflected away, stolen, taken away by Rajane Bailey of the Lady Falcons.
There you go.
Down the far sideline, pulls it down, and Fulton will get into an offensive set. Matthews to Jackson, pulls up for a three that is no good, but she's called for a travel, shuffling her feet as she got a hold of the pass.
Yeah, I think that's the right call, Brazy. She kind of gets ahead of herself. The way her jumper initiates, she kind of moves her feet. Could be called for a walk every time, but I think that's the right call there.
Another turnover for the Lady Falcons. Gibbs gets the basketball. They bring it across. Merritt now baseline to Voigt. And her shot is no good, but she's going to be fouled on the drive to the basket.
Looked like McCoy just kind of turned her head, lost her girl there, and Shayla Vaught, she just made her pay as she took it to the hole on the smaller McCoy and drew the foul.
So at the line will be a sophomore, Shayla Voigt.
4 freshmen and a sophomore. And I thought the boys' team was young.
First free throw is good, but that is definitely a good sign for this Gibbs Lady Eagles basketball program that's really struggled the last few years.
They have. They've had a tough couple of years. But like you said, I mean, not a senior on this team, getting everybody back next year. A lot of room for improvement for the Lady Eagles.
Definitely have something to build towards, as it wasn't that long ago. That was one of the best teams in East Tennessee at Gibbs. Three-pointer by McCoy for the Lady Falcons is no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds as the buzzer sounds, and that's the end of the first quarter with the Fulton Lady Falcons leading the Gibbs Lady Eagles by the score of 13-10. We'll take a 60-second break and be back with more as you listen to Fulton basketball on WKCS Radio.
Let's be real. The odds of a high school athlete getting a college scholarship and making it to the pro are pretty slim. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to dream of becoming a pro athlete, even a famous one. But that's not why I play. My reason why? I love the competition.
My reason why is community.
My reason why is leadership.
My reason why is to challenge myself.
My reason why is love for the game.
And hey, if we don't make it to the pros or onto the cover of Sports Illustrated, that's okay. Because there's every reason to believe we'll excel in something even bigger than sports. We'll excel in life.
There are lots of great reasons to play high school sports. Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association.
Russell Mays and Tommy Sweat back with you here at the Jody Wright Arena. Friday night high school basketball action for you here on WKCS Radio and on YouTube and Twitter. Double dipping tonight in the video department. Gibbs with the basketball, trailing 13-10. Here are the opening possession of the second quarter.
Good
Trying
defense.
to feed it in baseline. Ball deflected away, stolen away by Moore of the Lady Falcons. Drives left side, layup too hard, but a foul coming up against the Lady Eagles. It'll be Moore going to the free throw line again.
I believe that's her third steal. She's missed a couple layups on the breakaway, but like I said, 3 steals, 5 points here. Looking to go 4 or 5 from the line.
The foul is against Dakota Large, her first. And the first free throw by Moore is no good.
You got to reward yourself when you get free throws.
Moore is just a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Fulton still a relatively young team as well. Second free throw no good. Just based on the experience of these teams, you'd have to say this almost looks more like a JV game as far as experience goes.
I completely agree with you. Only 2 seniors between the 2 teams. Those 2 seniors, Shania McCoy and Anaya Matthews, of Fulton. Everybody else either a junior or a sophomore or a freshman. So definitely a lot of youth. But this is the future of East Tennessee girls basketball right here.
Walk called against Gibbs. Fulton has the basketball. Here's Bailey.
Good rebound.
Right side, three-pointer, no good. Moore gets the offensive rebound. Turns around at the free throw line, put back, no good. Fulton gets the rebound. Now in the corner, left side, Bailey's going to drive baseline. In traffic, floats it in. Rajane Bailey with a nice move along the left baseline, floats it in, and Gibbs is going to ask for a timeout, Coach Sarah Sharp. And again, this is kind of the situation, maybe not right now, but definitely for the future. Gibbs has to be excited about being able to play so many young players, and they certainly look like this is going to be a team that's going to get better and better and better, and they're going to be quite competitive here in the near future.
There's absolutely no doubt. Four freshmen and a sophomore in your starting lineup, and all 5 of them, are very talented. And as they continue to play games, I don't care who it's against, and get that confidence, build that confidence, they're gonna do nothing but get better. And so it's just gonna be a good game here.
Inbounds pass is going to be deflected away. Ball rolls to our broadcast position, and it was last touched by the Lady Eagles. So Fulton will get the basketball, leading 15-10 with 7:03 remaining in the first half. Fulton trying to add to the lead. Bailey, right side to Shania McCoy. Now back to Moore as Gibbs forces the Fulton offense to retreat. McCoy, Bailey on the wing. Gibbs pressuring hard out on the wings. As now Matthews loses the basketball. It's deflected in the backcourt. She'll chase it down, clears it out to McCoy on the left side. 6:30 remaining in the half. Fulton being very patient here. Shania McCoy, bounce pass to Matthews. Now to Gates along the baseline. Drives in, shot good.
Strong move.
Again, left side along the baseline. Renaja Gates gets her first points of the second quarter. 7 for the game. Fulton up 17-10. Right side, Fender with the basketball. Pass deflected, top of the key, and stolen. This is Moore. Layup too hard. Layup was too hard. Rebound by Taylor. Now Taylor's in trouble with the basketball, as now a timeout will be called again by Gibbs to save the possession. And those are the golden opportunities for Fulton you just cannot afford.
Yeah, I believe she's missed 3. I'm not faulting her. She's playing great. Obviously, I think she has 6-7 points. Playing with a lot of energy, but like I said, those are pretty easy. I mean, even if you're on the left side, try to lay it up with your right hand. But like I said, I'm not faulting her. Her effort has been amazing. I think that's her 4th steal. She's hit a couple free throws. She's doing it all. She's been that spark for the Lady Falcons thus far. And if I'm Tyler Howell, I'm telling her, just don't get in your head. You're playing just fine. You're just a freshman. It's okay. Just relax. Those points, those plays are going to come, and you just got to relax and take advantage of them when they present themselves.
Gibbs will have the basketball against Fulton pressure. They'll have to bring it down the floor. Inbounds pass comes to Fender. Fender's going to drive all the way to the basket in between 2 Fulton defenders. Puts it up with the right hand, no good. Offensive rebound by Voigt. Her putback is no good. Fulton gets the rebound. Matthews drives to the basket on the way to the hoop. And it'll still be Fulton basketball underneath. 17-10, Fulton with the lead. Second quarter. Bailey to throw it in. Comes to McCoy. Back to Matthews, top side. Right side, now they go to Knighton. Knighton tries to feed Bailey on the block, and the pass is errant and goes out of bounds.
You got to feed the post to a bounce pass. I think she was trying to get it to Gates, but it sailed over her head. You got to feed the post with a bounce pass.
Turnover, long inbounds pass. Getting past the defense is Large, all the way to the basket. Layup, too hard. As they just kind of released her down the floor and threw a long pass, and she had momentum going to the basket. She just missed the layup. Gibbs will have it underneath. They throw it in left side to Taylor. Taylor drives the baseline. Gates gets a hand on the basketball. Is loose on the floor. Matthews saves it, and it looks like Coach Tyler Howe has asked for a timeout for the Falcons. So timeout on the floor, 5:16 remaining in the first half. 17-10, Lady Falcons holding a 7-point lead as the Gibbs Lady Eagles trying to get win number 1 on the season. Fulton 12-5, but losers of 4 out of their last 5 games, losing to Farragut 79-54, and they lost earlier this week to Sevier County, a game where Sevier County stormed back in the second half.
Yeah, you mentioned 4 of your last 5. The last 3 games that they lost, Cosby by 2, a well-coached, just scrappy bunch in Cosby, Farragut, and Sevier County, 2 teams that could go very far in the postseason. This is a big game for Fulton trying to get back on track here.
That's great opportunities for the Lady Falcons to get experience in some of these games, because it doesn't get any easier down the stretch. Here's Fulton. They get it down to Gates, driving baseline. Shot no good, but she's fouled.
I believe that's Shayla Vogt, excuse me, her second.
Second on her. Gates will have 2 free throws. Gates is a junior. First free throw, back iron, no good.
She's your strong physical post presence. I mean, she gets the ball in the low block. Unless it's getting blocked by somebody taller than her, she's pretty much a solid finisher. But she's going to be big for Falcons if they want to make a run in the postseason.
Fulton's missed their last 4 free throws, as the second one is no good. Keeps Gibbs in the game. Baseline right side. Voigt with the basketball. They get it back down into her in between 2 defenders. Can't hold on to it. Fulton comes away with it. Here's McCoy. Down the far sideline in front of the Gibbs bench. Gives it to Matthews. Matthews knifes to the basket. Has her shot blocked from the backside, but it lands right back in her hands. Fulton gets it back down inside Gates. Shot up too hard, as she had a nice move in the post but couldn't finish.
Great look there. Just got to finish it.
Both teams having difficulty finishing shots right now. Gibbs tries to feed it into the corner. Bailey knocks it away. As we'll see Maya Moore and Robrasia Jackson back in for Fulton, as McCoy along with Bailey take a seat for the Lady Falcons. Gibbs to throw it in right in front of the Fulton student section. They get it into Taylor. Of course, we're still under an attendance restriction this evening, but some of those rules have been relaxed as Gibbs fights for a loose basketball, and Gates of the Lady Falcons is going to be called for a push. It's still mostly parents, families of players.
Yes.
But now we have cheerleaders.
A couple students.
As the inbounds pass is stolen away. Here's Moore all the way to the basket. Nice move, missed the layup. Jackson with the rebound. She can't hold on to it. Large with the rebound for Gibbs. Both teams missing boatloads of shots. And now here's a pass deflected away, out of bounds. Last touch by Gibbs. And Fulton will get it back with 3:52 remaining in the half, leading 17-10 over the visiting Gibbs Lady Eagles.
Still, don't get frustrated. Just be patient. I mean, Gibbs is in that 2-3 zone. Just pass it, move it around, and you'll get any shot you want.
Matthews, left side, comes to Moore. Back to Knighton. Now to Jackson. Brazier dribbles right side. Now to Knighton in the corner. Gibbs brings out the defense, and then Knighton slips and falls and steps on the out-of-bounds line along the baseline, and Gibbs will get it back. Not a very clean game so far, as Gibbs is going to throw the inbounds pass away as it's saved right in front of the bench by Renaja Gates as they tried to go for the long throw. Knighton, along baseline, Gates. Gates muscles her way in. Shot up off the back iron, no good. Rebound taken by Voigt, and then Gates will be called for a foul. That will be her second. There's a couple of regular starters for the Lady Falcons not playing tonight, or at least have not been in the game. Both Sammy Taylor and Jamia Simmons, and I think that's probably had a big hand in Fulton's struggles, as we have a tennis ball on the floor coming from the stands. Now the officials will throw it out, and Gibbs will have the basketball. Pass is going to be stolen. They get it inside to McCoy. Layup, no good. Rebound taken on Gibbs. This is Fender going to bring it down the near sideline. Drives baseline, fires it up, no good. Rebound taken by Taylor, and then knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Falcons. Gibbs will inbound underneath their own basket. Merritt to do the honors. Inbound pass comes to Large on the wing. Now in the post, they flip it out. Right side to Fender. Fender had a three, passed it up. Dribbles it back out to the three-point stripe along the baseline. Comes around a screen, left side. At the elbow, Moore knocked it away for Fulton, but Gibbs gets it back inside to Taylor. Her shot's up, no good. Rebound taken away by Maya Moore of the Lady Falcons. Moore in traffic, drive, shot is good, but they'll say the foul was before the shot. So Fulton as the foul will be on Fender, will be her second, and Moore will have 2 free throws. She missed her last 2, 3 of 6 from the free throw line on the game, and the first one here is good. 18-10. Fulton with the lead, 2:29 remaining in the first half. Second free throw by the freshman Moore is good. Fulton will jump into full court pressure. Gibbs throws it in. Ball deflected away, kicked down the floor, and let's see. Brazier Jackson was fighting for the basketball, and she's going to be called for a push as the ball got kicked away down the floor. 5th team foul against the Lady Falcons. And Gibbs will throw it in front of their own bench. Inbounds pass comes to Fender. Fender drives in between 2 defenders, muscles up a shot, no good. And she tried to drive between Moore and McCoy. And the foul and the whistle against Fulton will be against Maya Moore. 2 free throws coming from Fender, who has 2 points on the game. The first one is good. Makes it an 8-point lead at 19-11.
First points of the quarter there for Gibbs.
Second free throw, good as well. Here's Matthews to bring it across for the Lady Falcons. Over to Moore. Fulton in no hurry offensively. Rajane Bailey along the baseline. Now back to Matthews, top side. McCoy gets it right side on the wing. Directs traffic. Bounce pass Moore, left side. Nowhere to go. Now Bailey thinking about a long three. Just gives it back to Matthews, and Fulton will reset their offense. Minute 47 remaining. As now they try to drive in the lane. Gibbs kind of packing it in.
Yep.
Matthews drove and had her shot blocked. Ball goes out of bounds. Last by Fulton.
Good job penetrating the zone. Good block by Brenda Taylor there. As Fulton turns it over, and now it's Gibbs' ball. Look out.
Gibbs on the inbounds. Finally gets it into Large, and Large will dribble down the near sideline, and a push will be called against Fulton in the press.
I believe that's Robrasia Jackson, her second. I believe that's 1-on-1 now.
That will be her second. And the 17th foul against Gibbs, and the Lady Eagles will have 1-and-1. Fender, who made 2 free throws just a moment ago, will have 2 more attempts. 19-12, Fulton with the lead. Actually, it's a 1-and-1. First one is good, so she'll get the second opportunity. And it's good.
There we go.
19-14. 90 seconds remaining in the half. Matthews with the basketball. Dribbles it out. Right side to McCoy. Bounce pass in the lane. A three, good. They went back out left side to Bailey, and she drains in the three.
And we needed that one. She needed that one for her confidence as well. Yep, turnover. There we go. Good defense on Aya. She kind of dribbled it out of bounds, I believe, Large, but we will take the turnover.
Gibbs turnover.
They've changed the call.
No,
Sorry.
they're going to give it back to Gibbs.
I told you wrong.
Say that it went off Fulton's knee out of bounds. 22-14. Inbounds pass. McCoy got a hand on it.
Good steal.
And then steals it from the backside. Gibbs had it and then lost it. And then Fulton's going to throw it away. Bailey saves it before it goes out of bounds. 49 seconds left in the half. Crossover, Matthews. Bailey left corner.
Go to work, Judy.
Now in the lane. Turnaround jumper by Taylor is no good. Gibbs comes away with it. 22-14. Fulton with the lead. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Baseline, Fender going to fire up a three, and it's good.
She's on fire. Wow.
Natalie Fender, a three in the deep corner. Makes it 22-17. Here's Moore, pulls up, free throw line. Jumper no good. Rebound by Gibbs. Gibbs will get another chance here with 9 seconds left. They've got to hurry a little bit. Large, pass in the corner. 3 seconds on the clock. In the lane, this is Voigt. Jumper no good. Rebound by the Lady Falcons. And the first half comes to a close with Fulton taking a 22-17 lead into halftime. And Fulton kind of dodged a bullet there right before halftime as Gibbs had a good look at a shot that could have made it a one-possession game at halftime.
Yeah, they got lucky there. I mean, only 7 points given up. All 7 go to Natalie Fender there. I would chalk it up to good defense, but I feel like Gibbs had they had a plethora of good shots and good looks. They just couldn't hit. Plenty of layups that were missed. But, I mean, like you said, I think it's the score is 9-7 that quarter, 22-17 here at the half. Gibbs, they're not going away. I mean, I guess Fulton may have thought that they had an easy game with Gibbs being 0-13, but credit to Sarah Sharp and her bunch and her young bunch. I mean, they're going blow for blow here with the Lady Falcons.
Yeah, Fulton won the first matchup between these teams in the Hall of Fame game, 65-23. But we've got a battle here at Fulton at halftime It's Fulton leading Gibbs in our girls game 22-17. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back with more here from the Jody Wright Arena as you listen to Fulton basketball on WKCS Radio.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Philip Fulmer. Did you know that in the U.S. we lose a young person to suicide every 90 minutes? The good news is that suicide is one of the leading causes of preventable death in our nation. Visit jasonfoundation.com. Working together, we can make a difference.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Tennessee, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Tennessee. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Being a true American means more than just baseball, blue jeans, and rock and roll. Being an American also means taking responsibility. So if you're a man turning 18, do your part. Register with Selective Service. It keeps you eligible for college loans, government jobs, and job training. Plus, it's the law. To register, log on to www.sss.gov or pick up a Selective Service registration card at any post office. Be a man and register.
I'm Mike Keith, voice of the Tennessee Titans. We're partnering with the Tennessee Highway Safety Office to remind Tennesseans ahead of Super Bowl weekend, fans don't let fans drive drunk. The Super Bowl should be a night of fun, so we encourage everyone to plan ahead. Whether you're watching the game from a bar or a friend's house, you should always plan to have a sober ride home. The best defense against the dangers of drunk driving is a designated driver. If you're hosting a party for this year's Super Bowl, prepare snacks and non-alcoholic beverages. Encourage your guests to pace themselves, to eat food, and to drink plenty of water. If you catch someone about to drink and drive, take away the keys. Be a team player, and remember, fans don't let fans drive drunk.
A halftime score here at Fulton High School. It's Fulton in our girls game leading Gibbs 22-17. And now with the leading scorers in the first half, here's Tommy Sweat.
First off for the Gibbs Lady Eagles, Natalie Fender leads all scorers with 9 points total. behind her. Brenna Taylor has 6 points. All of those came in the first quarter. Shayla Vaught hit 2 free throws in the first quarter to round out the scoring for the Gibbs Lady Eagles. For the Fulton Lady Falcons, Maya Moore leads all scorers for Fulton with 7 points. Renaja Gates with 7 points as well. Anaya Matthews threw in a free throw. Aliyah Knighton with a layup. Rajane Bailey with a 3 and a layup as well to round out the scoring for the Lady Falcons. Pretty lackluster first half as far as scoring goes. I don't even want to chalk it up to good defense. I just think it's a missing open shots for both teams. Maya Moore's missed a handful of layups off of steals. Gibbs as well has missed a handful of layups. Look for in the second half the coaches to really preach and emphasize, take what the game gives you and capitalize off your opportunities, off your easies, or off your bunnies, as you would like to prefer. But look for the second half to be more sound as far as execution goes.
Yeah, got to take advantage of those opportunities and not leave points out on the floor. And definitely Gibbs is within striking distance here, down by only 5 points. Their last game they played on Tuesday night and lost to Gatlinburg-Pittman 62-14. Of course, District 3 for girls basketball is really, really good because they've got Northview Academy.
They lead everybody, Northview.
Yeah, they're 22-1 on the year. Of course, you've got Gatlinburg-Pittman.
Who's always tough.
It's always tough. You've got Carter, which is always tough. Pigeon Forge, that's a tough district for girls basketball. Immediately following this game will be our boys game, Fulton versus Gibbs. And Tommy, what can we look forward to from the Falcons tonight, coming off a big win last night against Farragut?
Oh, yeah, big comeback win last night at Farragut. I believe we got down to, I think, 10-0 in the first quarter. We battled back the entire game and pulled away in the end to win by 13. That was a good win. That's a big physical Farragut bunch, and they kind of pushed us around in the first half, but we responded in the way that we should have in the second half, and we're looking to do the same thing against Gibbs tonight. Like you said, we played them in our first game of the season. We were very young. Obviously, we're still young, but first game of the season with a bunch of new faces, didn't have a whole lot of chemistry. We've kind of figured out ourselves as individuals and as a team, so I think we're going to see a lot of growth from obviously the first game to now our 20th game here. But just look for a lot of energy, as you saw in the second half against Farragut last night, and just execution, playing hard. Just typical Jody Wright basketball, defense, rebounding. Usually when you do those things, everything else kind of takes care of itself. So look for that tonight.
And kind of the rare playing back-to-back nights, right, which we may, just with everything going on and with the scheduling.
You want to play as many.
How hard is that?
Yeah, I mean, I woke up, I was pretty sore, obviously, last night. Our schedule is pretty demanding. We play pretty much a AAA schedule. Obviously, Gibbs AA, but everybody else is AAA. And night in and night out, you're playing teams that you're going to get tested. We went up to Sevier County on Tuesday night, just got absolutely whooped. Great basketball team, and they took us to the woodshed. Farragut could have done the same thing, but we battled back, and like I said, we fought hard, and we prevailed in the end. Gibbs, they're on a hot streak. They started out, I think, 0-8, 0-9 maybe, but they've won a couple of big district games. And the thing about Gibbs, they always play with confidence. Whether it's football, whether it's basketball, they always have confident players with confidence in themselves. And so that is always dangerous, especially here late in the season, as you get closer to postseason play.
That's Tommy Sweat here on Falcon Radio 91.1. Fulton leads by 5 at halftime of our girls game. We'll take another 60-second break and be back with the second half tip-off as you listen to Fulton basketball on WKCS.
Being a true American means more than just baseball, blue jeans, and rock and roll. Being an American also means taking responsibility. So if you're a man turning 18, do your part. Register with Selective Service. It keeps you eligible for college loans, government jobs, and job training. Plus, it's the law. To register, log on to www.sss.gov or pick up a Selective Service registration card at any post office. Be a man and register.
I'm Rick Stockstill from Middle Tennessee State University. Before a game, I learn all I can about our opponent in order to give us the best chance for success. So, what do you know about youth suicide? Do you know that it is now the second leading cause of death of our youth ages 10 to 24? What you don't know could be tragic. To learn more about our opponent of youth suicide, visit jasonfoundation.com.
Second half action set to get underway here from the Jody Wright Arena, as it is the Fulton Lady Falcons leading the Gibbs Lady Eagles by the score of 22-17. And we see some of the regular lineup back in for Fulton as Fulton opens up. Here's a three-pointer up and no good by Simmons.
Offensive foul, not sure about it.
And looks like Gates is going to be called for a push down underneath, trying to fight for the rebounds. And on Renaja Gates, that will be her third. So Sammy Taylor back in for Fulton, who has not played yet tonight, the fine freshman. Also, Jamia Simmons. So this is back to the normal starting lineup for the most part for the Falcons, as Gibbs will have the basketball trailing by 5. Pass going to come across to Large as Gibbs moves to our left here at the Jody Wright Arena. Large guarded by McCoy. Now passes it off to Fender. Back to Merritt. Merritt drives right side. Shot blocked by Gates in the lane. Ball volleyballed 4 underneath, taken away by Maya Moore. Out to Taylor for a layup that's good. And Sammy Taylor gets her first 2 points of the game, and the Falcons are up by 7, 24-17. Large will bring it across. Gibbs is going to have to do a good job handling the ball, as Fulton's going to bring out lots of pressure. Merritt feeds it in the corner. Now they try to go inside to Taylor. Taylor guarded by Gates. Ball deflected away. Loose on the floor, picked up by Renaja Gates of the Lady Falcons. Out to Sammy Taylor to the basket. Shot no good. Good defense there by Gibbs, but McCoy comes underneath to take the rebound. Now to Simmons. Floater at the free throw line. High off the glass, no good. Gibbs takes away the rebound. This will be Large going to the other end. Now to Taylor. Taylor drives baseline underneath the basket, goes up for a shot. Moore swats it away. Ball again loose on the floor. Now here's Fulton with a 3-on-0 break. Who wants the points? It's Moore as she lays it in.
She hit one. There we go.
The rare 3-on-0 break.
Tough to defend.
They were running the 3-on-1 action and the 3-on-0 at the other end of the floor. Here is shot no good. Rebound taken by Gates. Feeds it to Simmons. In the corner, this is going to be a 3 by McCoy. Too long. Rebound tipped up in the air. Saved by Fender of Gibbs. Gibbs, 2-on-1 break. Fender all the way to the basket and is going to be tripped up by Shania McCoy as she tried to go to the basket. McCoy picks up her second. And Gibbs will throw it in underneath in front of the Gibbs High cheerleaders. As we said earlier, cheerleaders this week, welcome back.
Good to have them back.
Adds a lot of atmosphere here to the games.
It does.
Makes things feel like a little bit normal.
Yes,
more normal.
Normal as it can get.
Ball stolen away. Fulton Sammy Taylor. Layup no good, but there is more to follow with the layup. She's got 11 points on the game, and a timeout has been asked for here by Tyler Howe. 5:19 remaining third quarter. Fulton 28, Gibbs 17. Let's take a 60-second break, and we'll be back as you listen to Fulton basketball on WKCS.
I'm Mike Keith, voice of the Tennessee Titans. We're partnering with the Tennessee Highway Safety Office to remind Tennesseans ahead of Super Bowl weekend, fans don't let fans drive drunk. The Super Bowl should be a night of fun, so we encourage everyone to plan ahead. Whether you're watching the game from a bar or a friend's house, you should always plan to have a sober ride home. The best defense against the dangers of drunk driving is a designated driver. If you're hosting a party for this year's Super Bowl, prepare snacks and non-alcoholic beverages. Encourage your guests to pace themselves, to eat food, and to drink plenty of water. If you catch someone about to drink and drive, take away the keys. Be a team player, and remember, fans don't let fans drive drunk.
Gibbs with the basketball after the timeout, bringing it down the floor. Fender gives it to Large. Now free throw line, driving Merritt. Shot up no good. Rebound by Jamia Simmons of the Lady Falcons. Simmons going to push it. Tries to get around to the defender. Layup no good. as she was able to get by the defender but tried to scoop it up there too high off the backboard. And the rebound will be last touch by Gibbs. Simmons will throw it in underneath.
Get in there.
She gets it back in the corner. Three-pointer is no good. Boy, went in, rattled out. Lady Eagles with the rebound, trailing 28-17.
Good.
And now here's a pass, going to be deflected away and stolen. Good defense by Simmons. To the basket, gives it off to Moore underneath. Now out for a three. That is no good by Knighton. McCoy with the rebound and fires it in off the glass. Good.
Smallest player on the floor with an O board and a putback. You got to love that.
2 points for her on the night. 30-17. Biggest lead of the game for Fulton. Fender quickly brings it across.
Foul.
And Moore knocks it away from the backside and is called for a foul. On Moore, that will be her second. And Gibbs will throw it in. Inbounds pass, almost stolen. That was Knighton came across to knock it away, but it was last touched by Fulton. So Gibbs will get another chance. Merritt looking for someone to pop open. It's deflected away. Stolen by McCoy.
Good
underneath
pass.
to Taylor, underneath the basket, layup good. Steal and the score. Steal by McCoy. Basket by Taylor. 32-17. Gibbs to bring it across.
Trapper.
Large in traffic. Gibbs turning it over now. Fulton steals it away. Here's Simmons to the basket. Shot blocked from the backside. Nice play by Taylor. And Gibbs, who's done a pretty good job so far, now beginning to get quite careless with the basketball as Fulton begins to pull away. 32-17. Inbounds pass comes to Taylor underneath the basket. To McCoy. Simmons, left corner. Three. That one's good.
There we go. Missing a couple, that's not going to hurt her confidence. Sorry, Mr. May.
It's the first points of the game for her. Fulton in the press. Gibbs bringing it down the floor. Good defense by McCoy.
Very
as
good
Merritt
defense.
Brings it down. Shot up no good. Here's Simmons. Fulton speeding up the game.
Yes.
Baseball pass underneath to Knighton for a layup. No good, but Taylor's there for the follow. Missed it. Rebound underneath. Saved by Voigt. 35-17. It was a 5-point game just a moment ago. Gibbs has not scored in this quarter with 3:06 remaining. In the lane, jumper up, no good by Taylor. Offensive rebound saved by Gibbs. Voigt's putback's no good. Rebound battled for. Simmons takes it for Fulton, and a whistle upcoming against the Lady Eagles. As Taylor picks up her second in the fight for the basketball.
Yep, Fulton's picked up their defensive pressure. Like you said, they haven't scored, and they've scored 13 in this quarter. There's great defensive presence here by the Lady Falcons, and they're being patient on offense. This is really good basketball to watch here.
2:50 remaining in the quarter. Elia Knighton with the basketball, drives to the basket, and is going to be fouled along the baseline.
It's a great job of attacking the zone there, and like you said, you get a foul, chance for 2 points.
And Voigt gets the foul. It's her third. And at the line will be Knighton, who has not scored in this game, to shoot 2 free throws. First one is good. Jackson into the ball game for McCoy, who really gave the Lady Falcons a nice defensive spark. Knighton, second free throw, good. 37-17. 15-0 run for the Lady Falcons here. As Gibbs brings it down the court, and they dribble it out of bounds.
Good defense there.
As Natalie Surratt was guarded by Jackson, and Surratt lost the handle on the basketball. Fulton quickly with it. Knighton along the baseline. Looks, comes to Jackson, top of the key. Jackson with her back to the basket. Now they try to go to Bailey. Bailey can't handle it. Stolen away by Gibbs. Surratt hands it off to Fender. Fulton brings out the defense. 2:15 remaining in the third quarter. Merritt, right side now to Fender. Walk back to Surratt, and she's going to be called for a travel. Shuffling her feet, making the move. So a turnover by Gibbs. Fulton will get the basketball back, leading by 20 now, 37-17. Robrasia Jackson, right side. Now to Sammy Taylor. To Bailey on the wing, 3. Back iron, no good. Long rebound, saved by Merritt. Then the ball gets deflected away. It's loose on the floor.
Good hustle.
And a reach-in is going to be called as Robrasia Jackson was on the floor for Fulton. And she's going to be tied up and fouled.
I think they called that on Sammy Taylor.
No. Taylor called for the foul.
Interesting call.
I think we were all surprised. Even Coach Tyler Howe. Inbounds pass. Taylor just snags it away. Here's Taylor to the baseline. Fouled. Layup. No good. As Fulton cannot get those shots to go down.
No, they cannot.
But Taylor's going to have 2 free throws after the steal. Surratt gets the foul, her first. And the freshman Taylor, who has 4 points on the game, will have 2 free throws. And the first is good. So now it's a 16-0 run. As Taylor makes the first, makes the second. Fulton jumps into the press, 39-17. They go to Surratt. Surratt brings it across. Picked up by Rajane Bailey. Right side, they go to Fender. Fender cut off, driving to the basket. Back to Surratt. Now to Fender. And a pass trying to get it down underneath the basket, deflected away as they were looking for Taylor. And Gibbs will have possession. They'll throw it in. Bounce pass comes to Surratt.
Good steal.
And then the ball stolen away. Aliyah Knighton all the way to the basket. Layup good by Knighton.
There we go.
4 points for her on the night. 41-17. Fulton's going to press. Gibbs taking their time getting it in. Finally they do to Surratt.
Stepped out of bounds.
And she stepped out of bounds. So another Gibbs turnover, as it has been rough sledding for the Lady Eagles here in the third quarter.
Held scoreless.
Inbounds pass comes to Taylor. Bounce pass now to Jackson. Jackson out to the wing. 49 seconds left. Top side Simmons for a 3. Missed it short. Rebound underneath. Goes to Taylor. Taylor clears it out for Gibbs. To Merritt. Far side now to Fender. Fender, baseline jumper is good.
There we go.
That's a 3. Natalie Fender, she leads the Lady Eagles with 12 points. Fulton gets to the other end to Robrasia Jackson for a layup that's good. Fulton quickly attacked the floor, got the layup. 43-20, Fulton with the lead. Now in traffic, ball stolen away. This is Jackson stealing it. Jumper off the glass, too hard. Taylor put back, no good. Grab it. Ball loose on the floor. Last touch by Gibbs, out of bounds. Fulton just having a hard time scoring around the basket. Inbounds, 5 seconds left. Here's Simmons for a 3, and it's good.
There we go.
Jamia Simmons closes out the third quarter with a bomb, and Fulton leads this game 46-20 through 3 quarters. We'll take a 60-second break and be back as Tommy goes to the locker room to get ready for the game. Tommy, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me, mateys. Go Lady Falcons. Go Falcons. Let's go get another W.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
60-second break. We'll be back as you listen to Fulton Basketball on WKCS Radio.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Tennessee, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer: men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Tennessee. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Fourth quarter action set to get underway. Gibbs to throw it in. They throw it deep to Fender, as I thought Fender was going to cut left, and they threw it right, but Gibbs is able to save it. 46-20 the score. Fulton with the lead. Gibbs with the basketball. Here's Merritt. Contested shot, no good. Ball comes to Simmons. Out to Taylor. Taylor driving to the basket, lays it in with the right hand. So Sammy Taylor with 8 points on the game. 48-20. Inbounds pass deflected away. Will be Gibbs basketball. As Brenna Taylor will throw it in. Gibbs will have to go the length of the floor here. Inbounds pass as Fulton's in the press. They're able to get it into Fender. Fender brings it across. In traffic, ball deflected away out of bounds as they knocked it out of her hands going to the basket. Gibbs basketball, Large to throw it in. Goes on the left wing to Fender. Fender drives, stops, shoots. Shot no good, but offensive rebound by Taylor of Gibbs. Back to Fender in traffic. Clears it back to Merritt. Merritt's going to drive right side against Sammy Taylor, and she's going to be fouled on the shot. Taylor picks up the foul, will be her second. And Addison Merritt, another Gibbs freshman, will be at the line to shoot 2 free throws. 48-20. It was 22-17 at halftime. Gibbs was hanging tough, looking for their first win of the year, but Fulton got in the press and forced turnovers. First free throw by Merritt is no good. Second free throw forthcoming. It's good. 48-21. And Fulton will bring it the length of the floor. Anaya Matthews back in for the Lady Falcons to bring it across. To Robrasia Jackson. She's going to drive to the basket. Shot no good. Got her own offensive rebound. Tried to save it before it went out of bounds. Throws it to Large of Gibbs. Here's Large to the other end. Goes up a shot against Simmons. No good. Rebound by the Lady Falcons. Here's a run out. Out to Jackson. Layup too hard. Moore with the rebound. She tries to put it back up, but she's fouled. So Maya Moore with the offensive rebound and the foul. Taylor Berry is called for the foul. That will be her first. And Maya Moore, who has 11 points on the game, will have 2 free throws here. The first one is good. 49-21, Fulton with the lead. Fourth quarter, 6:41 remaining. Second free throw, back iron, no good. Rebound, picked away by Voigt. Clears it to Large on the left side. Now in traffic, the ball is going to be stolen away by Matthews, and it rolls out of bounds. Good defensive effort as Matthews went in between 2 Gibbs offensive players to knock the ball loose and almost had the steal. Taylor to throw it in front of our broadcast position. Gets it to Fender. Fender drives baseline, shot good, and she's fouled. Jackson there on the reach is going to be called for the foul. Robrasia Jackson called for her third foul. The basket is good by Fender. She has now 14 points on the game and will go for 15 and does. 49-24. Falcons with the lead. 6:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Here's Simmons driving. Ball swatted away backside. Ball loose and now stolen away by Gibbs. Fender gets it. Back to Large. Underneath they go to Berry. Her shot partially deflected away. Fulton comes away with it. Simmons, 3-on-1 break. Gives it to Moore for the layup that's good. Maya Moore with the driving layup. 51-24. Large brings it across. Right side goes to Fender. Fender in traffic. Shot is going to be good and a foul as it's going to be Jackson again called for the foul. As Fender drove to the basket. Jackson gets her 4th foul. 17th point of the game for Natalie Fender, a freshman. And it was an and one, so it'll be Gibbs' or Fulton's basketball. Everybody was standing around not sure what it is, as I think there was a substitution after the free throw. So we get everything sorted out there. And it'll be Fulton ball, 51-27. 5:35 remaining. Here's Simmons, right wing, a 3 that's good. She has 3 3-pointers in the game for the Lady Falcons. Fulton jumps into the press. Gibbs able to bring it across. Now here's a pass across the floor, out of bounds, and it will be Fulton basketball. So Fulton takes advantage of another Gibbs turnover. Simmons again, 3, bullseye. Jamia Simmons, red hot from beyond the 3-point arc. Makes it a 30-point lead at 57-27. Again, it was a 5-point game at halftime, 22-17. Gibbs quickly to the other end. Shot fired up by Fender, no good. Rebound taken away underneath by the Lady Falcons and Gates. Moore, baseline. Rolls it out to Matthews, and Matthews looks to pass left side and is hit as she makes the pass. Foul is on Brenna Taylor, will be her 3rd. And Fulton with 4:43 left will throw it in. Inbounds pass comes to Matthews. Matthews now to Moore. Feeds it left side to Taylor. Here's another 3-pointer. Back iron no good by Simmons. If you're hot, you got to keep shooting it. Fulton gets the offensive rebound. They throw it inside to Gates. Gates' jumper is no good, but she's fouled underneath. And Taylor picks up her 4th on the foul. And Renaja Gates, who's not scored here in the second half, will have 2 free throws. And her first one is good. Substitution for Gibbs, Addison Merritt into the ball game, and Voigt will go to the bench for the Lady Eagles. Second free throw by Gates is good. Nice touch there. 59-27. 32-point lead for the Lady Falcons here at home. Trying to go for win number 13 on the season. After struggling, losing 4 out of their last 5 games. Shot up by Gibbs, no good. Rebound by Gates. Clears it out to Matthews. Matthews, baseline. This is Moore for a jumper, no good. Rebound, knocked away and saved by Fender of Gibbs. Gibbs going to run the floor. Fender pulls up at the elbow, jumper, back iron, no good. Rebound by Gates of the Lady Falcons. Simmons is going to take it all the way to the basket. Layup, no good. Gates swats it away from the backside, out of bounds, but it will be Gibbs basketball. We're going to see some new faces into the game for the Lady Falcons, as in will be Aliyah Knighton. Robrasia Jackson's coming back in. Kanaya Harshaw in for the first time tonight, and also Judea Taylor out there with Knighton. Those are the 5 on the floor for the Lady Falcons. 3:33 remaining in the ball game. Fulton leading 59-27. Driving with the basketball is Merritt. Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound by Gibbs. It's Berry who slipped underneath to get it. She turns around and fires it in for her first 2 points of the game. 59-29. Moore to the basket. Shot no good. Ball stripped out of her hands as she tried to go coast to coast. And Fulton saves the basketball. Jackson to the basket. Layup good off the glass. Robrasia Jackson 4 points for her on the night. 61-29. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the basketball game. Gibbs baseline jumper, good. That's Taylor. Brenna Taylor, who has not scored since the first quarter of the game. That's her 8th point of the night. 61-31. Jackson at the other end. She's going to drive center of the floor. Jumper off the glass, too hard. Rebound taken away by Gibbs. Bringing it down the floor will be Large. Large's shot is going to be swatted away. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fulton. And it will be Lady Eagles basketball. Merritt to throw it in. Bounce pass comes to Berry. Throw pass top of the key, deflected away and stolen. Coming away with it is going to be Knighton, and she lays it in. Fulton deflected it away one time. There was a scrum for the basketball, and it got deflected into the hands of Aaliyah Knighton, who drives it in and lays it in for two. 63-31. Taylor in the lane. Jumper off the glass. No good. Rebound taken away by Jadea Taylor of the Lady Falcons. Now to Moore. All the way to the basket. Scoop shot. No good. Gibbs with the rebound with Merritt. Minute 44 remaining. Fulton up by 32 points. Here's a three on the wing by Gibbs. No good. Offensive rebound by Fender right in front of the basket. And she fires it back in. Makes it a 30-point lead. Here's Knighton to the basket. Lost the handle on it. Stolen away by Gibbs. Outlet pass down the floor. Driving layup to Taylor. No good. Rebound Lady Falcons. 63-33. Lady Falcons with the lead. A minute 14 remaining in the basketball game. Fulton's going to take a little time right here. Moore crosses over. Feeds it back to Knighton. Now to Harshaw. To Jackson. Jackson drives in the lane. Gives it off. Knighton, jumper off the glass. Good. Aliyah Knighton, her 8th point with 50 seconds left. 65-33. Lady Falcons with the lead. Trying to close this one out. And improve to 13-5 on the year. Taylor in the lane. Jumper up and good. Taylor gets into double digits. That's her 10th point of the night. 30 seconds left. It's a 30-point game. Moore out on the wing to Knighton for a three that's no good. Rebound battled for. Taylor had a hand on it, but Gibbs steals it away. 13 seconds left. All the way to the basket. Here's Large. A shot. Knighton's going to block it out of bounds. Good job of getting back on defense. Gibbs to throw it in. Ball deflected away. Last touched out of bounds by Gibbs as Knighton got a hand on it. And then knocked it off the Gibbs player. 7.9 seconds left. 65-35. Fulton will dribble it across and run it down to 0. And the Fulton Lady Falcons were only ahead by 5 at halftime. They end up winning by 30 against a much improved Gibbs Lady Eagles basketball team. The Lady Falcons now 13-5 on the year as they defeat Gibbs by the final score of 65-35. We'll take a 60-second break and be back with the post-game wrap-up on this one. 60-second break as you listen to Fulton basketball on WKCS Radio.
Let's be real. The odds of a high school athlete getting a college scholarship and making it to the pros are pretty slim. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to dream of becoming a pro athlete, even a famous one. But that's not why I play. My reason why? I love the competition.
My reason why is community.
My reason why is leadership.
My reason why is to challenge myself.
My reason why is love for the game.
And hey, if we don't make it to the pros or onto the cover of Sports Illustrated, that's okay. Because there's every reason to believe we'll excel in something even bigger than sports. We'll excel in life.
There are lots of great reasons to play high school sports. Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association.
Fulton wins tonight of the girls' game by the score of 65-35 as the Lady Falcons improve to now 13-5 on the year. As we said, it was a tight game at halftime, only 22-17, but over the last two quarters, Fulton outscored Gibbs 43-18 in order to get the victory here tonight, as Gibbs still looking for their first win of the season on the girls' side. But I think you saw tonight that Gibbs has a much improved basketball team. They're extremely young, and they're only going to get better. Quickly counting up the leading scorers tonight for the Lady Falcons, Jamia Simmons, who only played in the second half, finishes with 12 on 4 3-pointers. Shania McCoy had 2. Anaya Matthews with 1. Sammy Taylor, who only played the second half, she had 8 points on the night. Renaja Gates with 9. Robrasia Jackson with 4. Maya Moore with 14. Aliyah Knighton with 8. And Rajane Bailey with 5. So the leading scorer tonight for the Lady Falcons, Maya Moore with 14. And the leading scorer in the game for both sides was Natalie Fender for Gibbs, as she finishes out the night with 20 points in the losing effort for the Gibbs Lady Eagles. But as we said, Gibbs is a much improved basketball team. They're going to get better and better as they get more experience. And it's really when Fulton kind of put the pressure on them down the stretch in that third quarter, Gibbs forced a lot of turnovers, and Fulton was able to convert it into points. And that was really the reason why the Lady Falcons were able to pull away in this basketball game. Final score in the girls' game, 65-35. Lady Falcons get the win over the Gibbs Lady Eagles. We're going to send it to Robert back in the studio as we have a special segment for you, as from our earlier Falcon Nation information show, we'll have PJ Neskog along with Cassie Vaughn and Shania McCoy. They'll be talking about sports at Fulton High School. And if you get an opportunity, get a copy of the Knoxville Focus newspaper, as our friend Steve Williams did a nice feature article about Cassie Vaughn, and she has lettered in 6 different sports here at Fulton High School in her 4 years. And she's a member of our broadcasting class, and they'll be talking a little bit about that, plus girls basketball and also the upcoming regional wrestling tournament. So that interview is coming up for you next here on Falcon Radio 91.1. So, Robert, we'll take a 60-second break and then go right to that interview. Girls game final score, Fulton 65, Gibbs 35. We'll send it back to the studio as you're listening to Fulton basketball on WKCS Radio.
My dad served in Vietnam, the 82nd Airborne Division. He never talked about it, and my mom knew not to ask. So Dad buried himself in work and self-medicated and would lose his temper sometimes. Loud noises would put him on edge. It got rough. So I finally said to him, Dad, you gotta get help.
As a family member or friend, you may be the first to notice when a veteran you love has been going through changes. Things like withdrawing, drinking more, or increased anger could be a sign of a larger health concern, but help is available.
Dad finally went to VA for one-on-one and group therapy and got some really great tools to help him manage things. And I got my dad back.
Listen to hundreds of inspiring stories at maketheconnection.net and learn how you can support the veterans in your life. Treatment works. Recovery is possible.
This is WKCS.
Welcome back to 91.1 WKCS Radio. We're back here with the sports segment, with Cassie Vaughn and Shania. So, one thing I have to say is y'all should go look at the newspaper this week, because Cassie Vaughn has a big all-star page in there where it just, I can't remember what the saying was. It was something like 3 V's, like victory or something. I can't remember.
It was like varsity.
Yeah.
Something.
It said something like that, and it said and Vaughn, because like you play how many sports now?
I've played 6 sports so far.
And I might add to that.
You should just go play. Yeah, come to a baseball team, play that.
Yeah, go play baseball.
Play all of them.
Yeah, play tennis.
Well. I remember way back in the day whenever you used to actually like play baseball with your brothers.
Yeah. That was an interesting time.
That was elementary school time.
Yeah, and it was also weird because I was always the only girl, and like people just look at me like, there's a girl on the team.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird, but then you also got to think. I mean, like, what's the problem with having like it? Like, whenever you're so young, it doesn't make a difference.
It didn't really make a difference.
But what about the basketball games that we had? What was was it the boys and the girls played?
Yes, they played Farragut last night.
They played Farragut. What were the scores?
I think the boys won by a good amount, and I'm not sure about the girls.
I don't know. I really can't remember the score, but I know we lost by 25. But we played hard. We played hard, or whatever, last night. It was just they got some shooters. They had some shooters that could shoot from anywhere, and they was just making them. Them girls was tall too. I swear they were like Renaja's size, tall like Renaja, but they weren't her size. They was just like tall and like had a little meat on them.
The lengthy.
Yeah.
I feel like Farragut's always had a strong basketball team. Their girls have always been strong, especially when I played. It was either my sophomore or freshman year. I don't know if we still had Lele or not, but we got killed by Farragut.
Oh yeah, they had some good girls.
I don't know. I really want to play Farragut's baseball team because I heard that they're like halfway decent, and I swear everyone. That's like almost everybody on the baseball team is like, oh my god, we're gonna play someone that's really good. Oh no. like it gets tiring after a while facing someone's. Oh, they're just gonna meatball you 65 down the middle like that. I mean, then you're just sitting there like, come on.
Where's the competition at?
Yeah,
right.
I really want to play Heritage. I know Heritage is probably gonna beat us like 20-0, but I still want to play them because I'm pretty sure last year they pitched one of their ace pitchers and he pitched a no-hitter against us. But luckily I couldn't freaking play because I had a broken shoulder.
You broke your shoulder?
Yeah,
falling off a scooter.
No, not riding a scooter. That's the rumor that goes around. But I was riding my mountain bike up at Sharps Ridge, and I hit this jump and my front wheel went down a little bit too early, and then I fell off. Ooh. And then I hit a rock, and it compressed, and then it fractured it in the divot, which at first I didn't realize that it fractured it, but I thought I just stunted it. But I don't know. Have we started regionals for wrestling yet?
The boys' regions are not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Dre and Seth are both at the top of their weight class.
That's good.
So they're number one.
So they're the favorites in their weight class. Keenan and Jaden Brewer are gonna have to work really hard for their to be able to like qualify for state. But as far as I know, I think Keenan's gonna cut weight, so it'll be a easier weight class for him. So I just hope that they do.
Yeah.
Good, you know.
It's good. It's good seeing that Seth is number one in his division. So is Dre.
Yeah, Seth and I think Seth got. I think they might have ended up getting the number 2 seed, just due to not being able to wrestle as many matches as other people.
Yeah.
So, which I mean, that's still fine, but they got Seth ranked 3rd in state because Alcoa's heavyweight unfortunately can't wrestle now. So, I'm hoping that opens up a lot of things because Alcoa's heavyweight had. Won state last year.
I was gonna say he was.
What you mean heavyweight? Like if they too overweight, they can't wrestle.
No, they can wrestle. They're just like the top of the weight. Like as far as you can go to wrestle. Like the weight limit is like 285.
Oh. Okay. I was gonna say, do you know what the weight classes are?
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I don't know all of them. Like
I know there's like featherweight.
Yeah. See, we got Dre at 160. Keenan was wrestling 182, but he's like in the between of 170 and 182. So I think he's going to drop to 170, which he can weigh 172 because you get a 2-pound allowance after January 1st. And Seth, of course, is in the 285 weight class. And Jaden is in like the 140, 132 weight class, somewhere around there.
Good Lord. I feel like it would be fun to wrestle because, like, could you imagine, like, I could see like someone being real short but like stout. But
well, if you remember, do you know who Kashif is?
Yeah, Kashif Patel.
Yeah, he wrestled last year.
Where he been? I have not saw him. Do he do?
I think he's virtually this year.
Oh, I bet I have not saw him. I forgot about him.
I don't know where his brother is because I know he has a brother, and I went to school with his brother in elementary school, and me and him were in the same grade. But I just don't know. Like after middle school, he disappeared, and then I seen him here, like. the one day, and then he just disappeared again. And I was like, where'd he go?
I never knew he had a brother.
I didn't know that either.
His brother's Kashif as well. I'm pretty sure his brother's Kashif as well.
They got the same name?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my.
That's very interesting.
Go.
I can't remember 100% if it actually is like them, is like they have the same name, but I can't remember. But how many more games do we have in the basketball season left? Do we have?
I want to say like 5 or 6.
Well, they play.
No, 5.
They play tonight against Gibbs.
I don't know. Count.
They play tonight against Gibbs.
And then we got regions, I think.
I mean,
About 7 of them.
About 7 with the district and regions. Well, you'll probably have more.
Yeah. I wonder do y'all think y'all are gonna make it to the regionals and everything like that?
Yeah, they'll probably end up playing Alcoa for the district championship, and then.
Yeah. Next year we're switching divisions, aren't we?
I'm pretty sure. I know the football team is. So.
The girls basketball team is. I don't know.
I think everything is.
Yeah, because the volleyball team is too.
I'm pretty sure baseball is as well, because I think we're gonna switch to like South Doyle.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. If we move it, I really want to play South Doyle because I know a lot of people on the South Doyle team, and there's just one. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know, he might listen, but no, I used to play baseball with him for the Royals, and he's really cocky, but he is. I'm not gonna say he's not good. He's not the best, but he has his attributes. But I really want to play him and just, oh my God, I wish we could just beat South Doyle and show them up. Them and Carter, that would
yeah,
take,
y'all, that adds Carter to the list
too.
too.
Oh my God, Carter! I love Carter because the guys there, they just love me. Because literally, we'll sit over there. I'll be playing first base and I'll sit over there and talk to the whole dugout the entire time. But there's the one kid on there. It's this coach's son. When I was playing travel ball this spring or last spring and everything like that. He was on one of the teams we played against, and they were really good. But I just really hope we have a good season this year.
Yeah, I hope both the baseball and the softball team have a good season.
Are you playing softball this year?
Yes.
I was gonna say because I thought you said you weren't going to.
Well, I'm really in the mix of it because I kind of want to play tennis just to do it. I mean, I know that sounds.
I said I want to try this.
I know that sounds kind of crazy just to want to do something, but I really just I don't know.
I want to play tennis too because
is tennis fun?
I played a little bit in the summer, like just played around and everything like that. But if you hit it weird and like curve it, it looks so cool.
Bro, I'm gonna try to go out and
I played ping pong.
Ping pong. Ping pong is hard.
Especially on the ping pong. Oh,
and racquetball.
I've never really played racquetball.
Wait, is racquetball when that ball like on that little thing, on that little pole and it goes around?
No, that's tetherball.
Yeah, that's tetherball.
Racquetball, you're in this short court.
Oh yeah.
And you got this little rubber ball and tennis rackets, and you're just hitting it against the wall.
And they fly so fast.
Yeah, I hit somebody in the back of their shin.
Oh. Dude, shins, I don't know why shins are so sensitive.
I know. I felt bad for him because I feel like that probably hurt.
I've been hitting those shins so many times with the baseball. I've had so many bruises. It's like they literally pop out like that far, and it's like, oh my God, it just stings for like a week.
Yeah, those are no joke.
I don't know. We got 8 minutes left, so I don't know. Do you have anything else to talk about?
No, not really.
Not really. All right, well, we're going to sign it off in the Falcon Nation Information Show. We will be tuning in next Friday for it again. Thank you very much for listening.
And then, Robert, if you want to play something 30 or something and then send it back
to me. This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Tennessee. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And welcome back to the Jody Wright Arena on the campus of Fulton High School as we get ready for high school basketball. as it is the Fulton Falcons getting set to square off against the Gibbs High School Eagles, as this is an old rivalry from the District 3AA days. Now Gibbs is in District 3, Fulton now in District 4. Fulton 13-5 on the year, coming off a win over Farragut last night, come from behind 72-69. Gibbs 5-11. They lost to Gatlinburg-Pittman on Tuesday night by the score of 72-60. Russell May set to bring you the broadcast, joined by Mac McCovery. And Mac, thank you for being a part of our broadcast tonight.
No problem, Mays. I got you anytime. I love to come out here and support my friends and watch them play.
Well, tell us, what do you think's going to happen tonight?
I think tonight, if we can get hot tonight and play some defense, I think it might be a blowout tonight. But overall, I think it's going to be a good game.
For the Falcons, the starting lineup will be Tommy Sweat, Taj Kimber, Denaj Kimber, Tyler Lee, Marcellus Jackson. The starting five for the Falcons, and Fulton will take the tip as the Falcons will move right to left across your radio dial. Fulton dressed in white with maroon numerals. Gibbs dressed in gray with the Columbia blue numerals. Pass comes to Tyler Lee down underneath. The pass is deflected away, as Fulton will throw it in underneath. This will be Kimber to throw it in. Comes to Sweat, top side. In the corner, Kimber, bounce pass, comes to Marcellus Jackson. Jackson looks to drive, has a pass to the basket, lays it in with the right hand. That's a tough move right there. Fulton's going to press down the floor. Pass comes to Graves. Graves drives to the basket, tries to dump it off. He's going to be called for a charge as he left his feet to pass. Tommy Sweat draws the charge underneath, as the foul will be on Braden Graves. Just a wild pass there and a turnover against the Eagles. So Fulton will get the basketball back. Walker, Warwick, Shown, Graves, and Qualls, the five for the Gibbs Eagles. Here is Sweat for a three on the wing. No good. Rebound picked away underneath. Graves will bring it across. Over to Shown. Top side three-pointer. Good.
Dawson
by Warwick. And Gibbs takes a 3-2 lead in the basketball game with 6:41 remaining. Tyler Lee for the Falcons, top side. Taj Kimber to Marcellus Jackson, head fake. Dumps it off. Tommy, right side, sets, three-pointer, bullseye.
Tommy Sweat.
Tommy Sweat drains the three-pointer on the right side, and Fulton retakes the lead at 5-3 with 6:16 remaining in the first quarter. Now Fulton with the press, ball stripped away. Taj Kimber steals it away, tries to bounce pass, gives it on the wing. Denaj Kimber three, no good. Rebound, battled for in the air, finally picked away by Graves of the Eagles. Graves going to dribble it down the floor. Gives it off to Warwick. Warwick in front of the free throw line. Jumper good.
That was a nice pull-up.
And the jumper by the senior Dawson Warwick ties the game up at 5. This was a close game when these two teams played earlier in the year. First game of the year, it was 53-52 with Fulton getting the win. Jackson, jumper up, no good for the Falcons. Rebound taken away by Fulton. It comes to Tommy Sweat.
Mid-range jumper, Tommy Sweat.
And Tommy fires it back in off the offensive rebound. 7-5. Fulton brings the pressure. Here's Qualls. Gives it to Warwick. Warwick looks to drive. Left side, feeds it down on the block. Back to Qualls. Turnaround jumper, no good. Offensive rebound to Gibbs, and the ball's knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Last touch by Fulton, and Gibbs will throw it in underneath their own basket. Inbounds pass to Qualls. Now to Shown. Three-pointer in the corner, no good by Warwick. Rebound comes to Denaj Kimber. Off to Sweat, head fake. Got the defender in the air, feeds it to Jackson. Jackson, free throw line, floating in the lane, driving, fouled as Marcellus Jackson drives to the basket, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. As the foul will be on Qualls, will be his first, and Marcellus Jackson, who has 2 points in the game, will be at the line to shoot two free throws. First one, front iron rolls off, no good. And he'll get one more attempt. 7-5, Fulton with the lead here early in the ball game. Already been an entertaining first quarter. Second free throw by Jackson, good. Makes it 8-5. Fulton jumps into the press. Qualls feeds it near side to Warwick. Warwick looks to drive all the way, throws it up with the left hand. Layup is shot is no good, but then Qualls tried to follow, and he's going to be called for an offensive goaltend as the ball was over the cylinder when he touched it. 8-5. Fulton gets it back. Sweat in the lane. Head fake. Nice move. And with the right hand. Tommy Sweat.
That was amazing.
The and one. Foul will be on Qualls, will be his second. And Tommy right now with 7 points on the game will be at the line for number 8. And he got it. 11-5. Fulton with the lead. So Tommy with a great start to the ball game. Fulton with a 6-point lead. But Matt, Gibbs playing very aggressive basketball. They certainly don't look scared tonight.
No, but I think it's smart for the Falcons to come up and play a 3. I think they're playing a 3-2 press. That's what it looks like. Looks like Tyler Lee's up there too with Marcellus Jackson.
Well, they were able to get it to Walker, and Walker went all the way to the basket, and he's fouled. Free throw, first one is good by Bryson Walker, who's a freshman, or excuse me, a sophomore. First free throw is good. Makes it 11-6. Second free throw, back iron, no good. Tyler Lee with the offensive rebound for the Falcons. Fulton comes to the other end. Lee's going to go all the way to the basket. Layup good. It was contested.
Tyler Lee.
Lee takes it to the basket. 13-6. Here's pressure. They beat it with Schaum. Down to the block. Feeds it back. Now to Warwick. Warwick fires a 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound comes to Marcellus Jackson. Fulton's going to run. Kimber to Kimber. Ball knocked away, out of bounds. Last touch by Gibbs as Graves was fighting for the loose basketball. And Fulton will keep the possession with 3:56 remaining. And Coach Timmy Meade of the Gibbs Eagles has asked for a timeout. So, Mac, a lot of action here in this first quarter as it seems like both of these teams seem like they want to be content to run up and down the floor.
Fast-paced offenses for both of them. Both have good defense, but our guy Tommy Sweat's kind of heating up tonight as he already has 8 points already. And one. Went to the free throw line, made the free throw. I think Tommy's really going to start heating up here in this first quarter with 3 minutes and 56 seconds left.
As we said, GP lost on Tuesday, or excuse me, Gibbs lost Tuesday to GP 72-60. Fulton in their last game, they played last night and won coming from behind at Farragut 72-59. As Hatchett will throw it in for Fulton as he's checked into the ball game. And pass is going to be out of bounds. As Damon Holt, who's been injured, is finally back in for the Falcons, and it's good to see him back in the lineup. But Damon wasn't quite ready for that pass. Try to get him worked back in as he's missed all year with an injury. So he was a key contributor on last year's team. That's certainly going to help Fulton to have him back. Here's Gibbs with the basketball. Graves trying to drive against Desmere Hatchett. Pass goes across into the hands of Taj Kimber, out of bounds as he couldn't hold on to it on the steal. So Gibbs will have it underneath, trailing 13-6 with 3:30 remaining in the first quarter. Inbounds pass comes to Warwick. Warwick dribbles right side, lobs it inside to Walker, and a whistle as Fulton's going to reach in, as that's going to be, I believe, on Damon Holt.
His first foul of the game.
Gibbs to throw it in underneath. Bounce pass, driving to the basket. This is going to be Walker for a layup that's good. Got behind the defense, drove to the basket, laid it in. Cuts the Fulton lead to 5, 13-8 with 3:10 remaining. Also Tyrell Nixon in for Fulton. Here's Lee, left wing. Is over, looks to drive, dumps it off. Taj Kimber in the corner for three, and it's good.
Taj Kimber for three.
Taj in the right corner drains it. 16-8, 8-point lead for the Falcons. Pressure. Fulton gets the turnover. This is Taj with the steal. Pull-up jumper, no good. Damon Holt, offensive rebound, and lays it back in. Damon Holt with the offensive putback. Steal and score for the Falcons. Graves pushes it down the floor for Gibbs, puts his head down, fires up a wild shot, no good. Rebound taken away by Tyler Lee. Lee feeds it to Desmere Hatchett, right side, back to Lee. Drives center of the court, tries a reverse layup, no good. Taylor gets the rebound for Gibbs. Tried a little bit too much there. Warwick, top side. Feeds it now on the right side to Taylor, who shuffled his feet on the drive and is going to be called for a travel. For Gibbs, Raby and Palmer into the game. Also checking in will be number 10, Silas Williams. Fulton with the basketball. In the lane, Taj Kimber, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound taken away by Gibbs. Quick shot there by the Falcons. Here's Warwick. Fulton's going to try to trap topside. Pass thrown right to Tyler Lee. 3-on-1 break for the Falcons. Tyler takes it all the way to the basket, and he's fouled hard by Warwick as Tyler went to the basket. Foul will be on Warwick, will be his first. And the freshman Tyler Lee will have 2 free throws. Up and down the floor type game. Fulton's been able to force some turnovers so far. Tyler's first free throw is good. As Denaj Kimber comes in for Taj Kimber. And if this free throw's good, Tommy Sweat will come in for Tyler Lee. Free throw, rattled in, rattled out. Heartbreaker there. Rebound by Gibbs. 19-8, 11-point lead for the Falcons with 1:40 remaining here in the first quarter. On the wing, three-pointer by Warwick. Too hard, but an offensive rebound by Graves, and he lays it back in. Fulton went to sleep on the backside. Graves was able to cut his way in and get the offensive putback. Here's Denaj Kimber, guarded by Williams. Denaj feeds it in the corner, Desmere Hatchett. Now to Lee on the left wing. Tyrell Nixon topside. Now to Holt. Damon's going to drive, puts his shoulder down, spins in front of the basket, shoots and scores. 4 points for Damon Holt on the night. 21-10, a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Pass comes across to Palmer. Gibbs is able to break the pressure. Now trailing, here's Graves. Jumper off the glass, no good. I think the Gibbs fans wanted a foul. Tyler Lee pulls up for Fulton with the basketball. On the wing, shot no good. Fight for the basketball, a scrum underneath. Saved by, I believe, Desmere Hatchett underneath the basket. He lays it in, and he's fouled. The foul will be on Graves, his second, as Hatchett got the offensive rebound and laid it back in. He'll be at the line to shoot one. Sweat will come into the game to replace Lee. Connor Atkins now will check in for the Eagles. (23-10). This to be the biggest lead of the game for Fulton. It's good.
Marcellus Jackson comes in for Desmere Hatchett as he knocks down the free throw.
So Jackson, Nixon, Sweat, Denaj Kimber, and Damon Holt, the 5 on the floor for Fulton. As they'll set up a press here as Gibbs works it in under the Fulton basket. 36 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Pass comes to Atkins. Out on the wing, 3, no good by Warwick. Long rebound saved by Tommy Sweat. 27 seconds left. Fulton's going to run. Here's Jackson, gives it off. Holt, layup, good. Wow, what a pass by Marcellus Jackson to Damon Holt for the layup. And then ball gets deflected away out of bounds. And Gibbs will throw it in with 15.4 seconds left. So Holt back in the lineup for Fulton. He has 6 points on the night. 10 seconds left. Warwick will bring it across. Double teamed, in trouble. Feeds it across to Williams. Williams, 4 seconds left in the lane, is going to be called for a travel. Kind of carried the ball on his hip, called for the walk. And with 2.6 seconds left, Fulton will get a last throw at it. Pass comes to Kimber. Kimber for 3 at the buzzer. No good. Had a good look at it, just wouldn't go. And that's the end of the first quarter here from Fulton. Your score is the Fulton Falcons 26, Gibbs Eagles 10. Back in 60 seconds as you listen to Fulton basketball on WKCS Radio.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Tennessee, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Tennessee. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Gibbs has the basketball to open up the quarter. They have a shot that's no good. Fulton throws it away at the other end, so Gibbs will get it back. It'll be Qualls to work it in. To Schown. Now to Warwick. Center of the floor. They go underneath. Oh, they ran the floor well, and they get Graves on a driving layup to the basket. Good job by Gibbs on the press breaker to get the easy layup. 26-12. Tommy Sweat, right side with the basketball. Is going to be trapped. Feeds it out to Marcellus Jackson. Jackson. Bounce pass in the corner. Sweat for 3. No good. Long rebound is going to be knocked into backcourt and saved by Marcellus Jackson. Jackson to Sweat in the corner. Damon Holt for 3. No good, but Tyler Lee gets the rebound for Fulton. Tyler to Sweat underneath the basket. Head fake. Gives it to Denaj Kimber. 3 topside. Went in, went out, and the rebound batted away from the backside by Qualls as Sweat was in position to get the rebound, but Qualls knocked it out of bounds. Fulton's had some good looks. It just won't go down. Kimber to throw it in. Sweat top of the key.
Good
One-hand pass inside to Tyler Lee for the layup. Give the assist to Sweat on the beautiful throw. Lee with the layup. 28-12.
That's good vision by Tommy Sweat.
Fulton with pressure. Gibbs is able to beat it. Walker feeds it across to Qualls. Guarded by Jackson. Dumps it off now to Warwick. Warwick spins in the lane. Contested jumper. No good. Tip no good. Rebound Kimber. Outlet pass to Sweat for the driving layup. Too hard. Rebound by Graves of Gibbs. Tommy hurried that one a little bit too much. Now to Schown on the wing for 3. No good. Rebound Lee. Outlet pass Holt. Driving layup. No good. Missing layups left and right. And now a whistle after the shot as Marcellus Jackson's going to be called for a reach-in. First on Jackson. 3rd team foul against Fulton. And after all that, Gibbs will have the basketball trailing 28-12. They bring it across underneath. Walker spinning layup.
Good move.
Got around Holt to lay it in. And I don't think Coach Wright liked what he saw defensively, and he's going to ask for a timeout right here.
I think the first few times that they were doing the press, they got 2 or 3 turnovers in a row on them doing the press, but that worked good. But a few seconds ago, Gibbs were able to get behind them and get 2 good layups in. I think right now they look a little tired. They don't look too tired, but they just need to get their head back in the game and get back on defense.
Well, what a big moment it is to be able to get Damon Holt back.
Yeah. Before the game, I was talking to Dame. He was like, man, today I got to play hard. We got to play good. He said, I'm going to make sure to score today. So I told him, I said, do your thing.
Yeah, he found out that he was hurt right before the season started.
Yeah.
Which is a heartbreaker. You put all that time in the preseason, and then
game time's come and you can't even play.
Yeah, you're out with an injury. But that definitely helps Fulton to give them some more depth and a really good basketball player. After the timeout, Fulton leading 28-14, and the Falcons will have the basketball. Taj Kimber in the right corner. They feed inside to Sweat. Now to Denaj Kimber. Beautiful pass. Tommy Sweat layup good. But what a pass, no-look pass from Kimber. Tommy with 10 points on the game, and Gibbs in the press turns it over again. As we said, the first time these two teams played, it was a very close game. Went right down to the wire. Gibbs had a great chance to win it. Tommy was saying in our first game that he felt like Fulton just didn't have a whole lot of chemistry at that point.
Yeah.
But you can sense Fulton up by 16 here in the first half. They've got some chemistry right now. They've really played better here in the last couple of weeks. Here's Denaj Kimber in the corner. Marcellus Jackson, left side, double team. Sweat thinks about a three, steps back, fires it up. Too hard, rebound by Gibbs. Graves comes away with it. Lob pass to Warwick underneath the basket. Saves it out to Shown at the three-point line. Ball loose on the floor. They drive, and a charge is going to be called against Gibbs. As that's the second time in the game that Gibbs has left their feet to pass, and Tommy's been underneath to draw the charge. (30-14), Fulton with the lead. Falcons 13-5 on the year. Here's Kimber. Feeds it across to Taj Kimber to Sweat. Now to Marcellus Jackson, left wing. Looks to drive. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound to Denaj Kimber in front of the free throw line. His shot's no good. Rebound finally taken away by Gibbs. Gibbs on the break down the floor. Warwick going to pull up for a three. Good. He's a shooter, and he's not afraid to shoot it. 8 points on the game for Dawson Warwick. 30-17, Fulton with the lead. Sweat in the corner, Taj Kimber right side. Now Denaj Kimber, top of the key. Jackson on the left wing. Looks to drive, bounce pass. Kimber at the free throw line, good.
Good pass by Marcellus through his legs for the assist.
Taj Kimber, his 5th point of the game after the nice pass. Fulton doing a good job passing the basketball around tonight. Pressure down the floor. Qualls picks up his dribble. Feeds it across to Warwick. Warwick underneath the basket. Shot good, and he's fouled.
One.
As the ball got loose, Warwick picked it up, laid it in, and was fouled. Basket is good. The foul will be on Jackson. Will be his 2nd.
Mays, the first game I came out here, I watched Fulton play at Gibbs, against Gibbs. And number 2, he was shooting lights out that night. I think that night he had at least 20 points just shooting from 3. But this game, he's not too quiet.
He definitely shows he's capable of doing it.
Yeah.
The free throw up and no good. Rebound by Tyrell Nixon of Fulton. 32-19, Fulton with the lead. 3:24 remaining in the half. Denaj Kimber brings it across for Fulton. Trying to get around Williams, the defender. Now Lee, baseline corner, 3, too hard. Taj Kimber with the rebound. His putback is blocked and then fouled. So Kimber will be at the line to shoot 2. As the foul will be on Warwick, it'll be his 2nd. Taj Kimber, 5 points on the night. He'll have 2 free throws to try to add to the Fulton lead, and the first one rattled out. These rims have been rough tonight for both teams. There's been some shots go down and then kick out.
Tonight it looks like we're having a lot of trouble with the mid-range game.
Second free throw by Kimber is good. 33-19. Graves will bring it across. Gives it off in the lane. Walker, contested jumper in the lane is good. That's a tough shot by Bryson Walker. Fulton quickly to the other end. Kimber, pull-up jumper, good from the elbow. That was Taj. Gibbs quickly to the other end. Layup, no good, too hard. as they're beating the pressure with speed at the other end. Fulton, Nixon gives it baseline. Taj Kimber turnaround jumper is good. Just a smooth shot there from Kimber. 37-21, 16-point lead for the Falcons. And then Gibbs trying to work it down the floor. Pass is thrown out of bounds. Gibbs brings it down the floor. Here is Graves, and he's going to be fouled, I believe, by Hatchett.
Desmere Hatchett.
That's his first. And the 5th team foul against Fulton. So Gibbs will throw it in right here at midcourt. 2:23 remaining in the half. Warwick throws it in, gets it back, fires up a long three, no good. Taj Kimber with the rebound. Gets it back, jumper spins out, no good. Rebound battled for underneath, taken by Warwick. Warwick with numbers, feeds it out to Schown for the layup. Contested, no good. And Denaj Kimber will be called for the foul. Second foul on Kimber. And Schown will be at the line to shoot 2. First one hits front iron, no good. Holt back in for Fulton as Denaj Kimber leaves the game. Second free throw, back iron, no good. We've got a lane violation, and it will be Fulton basketball. (38-21), Fulton with the lead. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Kimber. Right side to Hatchett. In the corner to Tommy Sweat. Back around here as Fulton works it around the perimeter. Holt, bounce pass. Hatchett to Kimber on the wing for 3. Good! Taj Kimber drains a 3 from the left wing. 41-21. The Falcons up by 20 here with 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Gibbs beats pressure down the floor. Right side with the basketball. Now they throw it into Walker. Walker goes up against Tommy Sweat. Shot no good. Tommy with the rebound. Tommy's going to run the floor. Here's Nixon. Tyrell all the way to the basket. Layup good by Tyrell Nixon. 43-21. Warwick. Baseline. Schown drives. Bounce pass. Opposite baseline Walker. Now they feed it to Williams. Now back to Warwick. Under a minute remaining in the first half. Warwick feeds Schown, left corner. Passes up to 3. Graves looks to drive. Back to Warwick for a step-back 3 that's no good. Damon Holt with the rebound. Battles for it on the floor. Is able to save it. Out to Desmere Hatchett. In the corner, Taj Kimber 3. No good. Rebound long. Saved by Williams of Gibbs. 33 seconds left. Williams puts his arm out. Gives himself a little room. Warwick. Back top of the key, Graves drives in the lane, and a block is going to be called underneath as Holt set up underneath. And Holt will be called for the foul. And you got to give him credit there with a back injury that he was out with. He wasn't afraid to step in there and try to draw the charge. Graves at the line to shoot 2. First one is no good. Holt gets his second foul of the game. Mike, I'd say it's pretty impressive. Damon not being afraid, you know, after having that back injury to in there and try to draw that charge.
Oh, yeah, he's ready to go. He's ready to play. Anything he has to do to help the team win, that's what he'll do.
Free throw by Graves. The second one is good. As there's 25.3 seconds remaining in the half. Fulton leading 43-22. And they'll have the basketball, and Fulton will have the first possession of the second half. Falcons going to hold for the last shot right here. Taj Kimber, right side to Hatchett. Now to Tommy Sweat, top of the key. 5 seconds left. Going to have to go. They feed it across. Hatchett, long three-pointer. Good! At the buzzer. Desmere Hatchett almost a desperation three from the deep wing. Drains it, and Fulton has their biggest lead of the game. Fulton leading Gibbs by the score of 46-22 as we go to halftime. And, Mac, that is a very impressive first half performance by this Fulton team.
I think this half was a really good half. They started moving the ball more, started finding open shots. Denaj Kimber really starting to get in there. Taj Kimber knocking down a few shots. The ball movement here has really been the key in this first half, where they're starting to find people open and get more shots up to get more points.
46-22 is our halftime score. We'll take a 3-minute break and then be back with more here from Fulton High School as you listen to Fulton basketball on WKCS Radio.
So why do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is love for the game.
My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship, and most of those are worth far less than the cost of tuition. So, why do they play?
My reason why is commitment.
My reason why is friendship.
A sense of purpose, love for the game, to help others, friendship. There are lots of great reasons to play high school sports and to participate in other high school activities like cheerleading, debate, and music. Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association.
Halftime here at the Jody Wright Arena as the Fulton Falcons lead the Gibbs Eagles by the score of 46-22. Let's take a look at the leading scorers in the first half. First of all, for Fulton, as we have Taj Kimber with 13 points, Tommy Sweat with 10, Damon Holt with 6, Desmere Hatchett with 6, 5 from Tyler Lee, 3 from Marcellus Jackson, and 2 from Tyrell Nixon. For Gibbs, going down the score sheet, Bryson Walker has 7, Dawson Warwick with 10, and 5 points from Braden Graves for their 22 points. As Fulton led at the end of the first quarter 26-10, and they outscored Gibbs in the second quarter by the score of 20-12. But I tell you what, Gibbs still looks like a very dangerous basketball team. They're not afraid to get up the shots, and I think if they can get on a streak, they could make a run in this game.
Yeah, this game, they really seem like they haven't been able to hit any shots. It looks like they're trying to get Dawson Warwick the ball as much as they can, as he's pulled up from the Falcon a few times to try to knock down a few threes. But they're trying to get everybody hot and warm, as they only have 3 people tonight who have scored.
Well, and when they've been able to make the long passes down the court against the press,
they couldn't finish.
They've been able to have some opportunities. When they're throwing the ball right and left, Fulton's been able to force turnovers. That's been big, is why part of the reason why Fulton has been able to pull away. But in that first half, Tommy really got off to a good start as he scored 8 points almost right off the bat. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what you want to be able. To see as the game starts out. 46-22 is our halftime score. Fulton leading over the Gibbs Eagles. Fulton trying to go to 14-5 on the year. In our girls game that you heard a little bit earlier on WKCS Radio, well, it was a close game for a half as Fulton led Gibbs 22-17, but the Lady Falcons got win number 13 on the year for themselves as they won over Gibbs 65-35. So now the Lady Falcons 13-5 on the year. The boys are 13-5. They're trying to go for their 14th win of the year here tonight over the Gibbs Eagles. Let's take another 3-minute break. 3-minute break, and then we will be back and tell you more about the upcoming schedule. You're listening to Fulton Basketball right here on WKCS Radio.
I'm Rick Stockstill from Middle Tennessee State University. Before a game, I learn all I can about our opponent in order to give us the best chance for success. So, what do you know about youth suicide? Do you know that it is now the second leading cause of death of our youth ages 10 to 24? What you don't know could be tragic. To learn more about our opponent of youth suicide, visit jasonfoundation.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Tennessee. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Different is good. That's why we're Falcon Radio, 91.1 WKCS Knoxville.
Since there's been school, there's been homework. And whether students like it or not, homework is here to stay. I'm Jara Summerford, president of the Tennessee Education Association. Homework helps develop study skills, time management skills, independence, and responsibility. So make homework a priority in your home. Working together, parents and teachers can make this a successful school year for every student in Tennessee.
A message from the Tennessee Education Association.
Falcon Radio 91.1 WKCS Knoxville.
Hey, sweetie, what's going on?
Well, honey, I have some news.
Okay, what?
All that training paid off. I got the job.
Oh, I knew you would get it. So when do you start?
When you donate stuff to Goodwill, you help provide job training for people right here in your community. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Tennessee knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Russell Mays and Mac McCovery back here at Fulton High School as the Fulton Falcons get ready for the second half. They lead the Gibbs Eagles by the score of 46-22, and I'm sure, Mac, you're used to this in football season, and I'm sure every coach says this. You have a big lead at halftime. You can't be complacent going into the second half. You got to continue to attack.
Oh, especially in basketball. I mean, those points, you can get about 10, 15 points in about 2 minutes if you shoot the ball right. So they have to come out with their foot on the pedal, keep on pushing, keep playing great defense, keep finding open lanes. I like the way Tommy Sweat this quarter has drive to the basket, kicked out a few times, found a few wide open people for some threes, but they can't let up. They have to keep their foot on the pedal if they want to win this game.
In the first half, Fulton had 2 3-pointers from Taj Kimber, and then really that three-pointer by Desmere right there at the buzzer, that was a killer.
Yeah, that really set the tone for the end of the half. As Tommy Sweat's looking at me laughing right now.
Well, you've got big shoes to fill.
Yeah, Tommy. Can't ever replace Tommy, you know.
Of course, Tommy had a big story done about him on Channel 6 this week, and I hope I bet you they're probably going to show it again on the news and then probably put out a link to it. So, as soon as we see it, we'll share it out for everybody. A good story about him overcoming the injury and also helping us with the radio station. So make sure you check out that on WATE's website or on TV here pretty soon. Fulton's going to open up the second half. Here's a three-pointer up and no good. Offensive rebound by Tommy Sweat. He puts it back in. Said his goal was 15. He now has 12. Fulton jumps in the pressure. Ball batted away. Tommy comes away with the steal. Here's Tommy on the wing. Going to pull up for a three. Good. There's that 15.
Off the back rim. Just like that.
Tommy looks over here and says, that was ugly. It died. It died on the back of the rim and fell in. But it still counts as a three. Fulton gets a steal. In the corner, Kimber for three.
It's a brother-to-brother connection right there, Mays.
A barrage to open up the third quarter. 54-22. A 28-point lead for the Falcons here. Actually, that's 32, Russell. Learn to count. In the lane, here's a jumper up and good by Colton Qualls. Makes it a 30-point game.
Is that not his first point to the game, Mays?
Yes. 54-24. Left side, Taj Kimber to Sweat for a long three. Rattled out, no good. Rebound by Qualls of Gibbs. Gibbs going to come to the other end of the court and set up their offense. Qualls guarded by Jackson, number 14, guarding number 14. Hands it off to Warwick, left side. Lob pass, deflected away, stolen by Tyler Lee. Tyler punches it down the floor to try to get loose, but knocked it out of bounds. Taj, the ball thought he was going to be stolen, so he just kind of punched it down the floor to try to get some separation, and instead knocked it out of bounds.
Already here, Mays, we're looking very aggressive on defense, getting a couple steals.
Well, this is Jody Wright basketball, no question about it. And a block's going to be called on Sweat as he tried to slide underneath as a pass intended for Qualls was a little high. First foul on Tommy. He didn't buy it. But I think that was a charge. He got there a little late. Or a block. That was a block.
Yeah, he wasn't set yet.
Gibbs to throw it in underneath their own hoop. Inbounds pass deflected away by Taj Kimber, stolen by Tyler Lee. Lee back to Kimber. On the wing, here's a three. Denage, no good. Rebound, Lee battles for it. It rolls to Sweat at the elbow. No look pass, Denage Kimber. Across, Marcellus Jackson. Marmar, head fake, pulls up, jumper, front iron, no good. Long rebound's going to be chased down and saved by Shown of Gibbs. Clears it out to Graves. Graves in the corner, Warwick for three, no good. Offensive rebound by Gibbs. Walker puts his head down, and a travel is going to be called as Bryson Walker tried to make the move to the basket. Shown will come out of the game for Gibbs. And back in will be Braden Taylor. Denage Kimber to bring it across for the Falcons. To Taj Kimber, left wing. Sweat, top of the key. Thinks about shooting. Now to Kimber, to Lee, underneath the basket. Drives, head fake. Got the defender in the air. Layup, no good, but he's fouled. Nice move by the freshman Tyler Lee to get the defender in the air and draw the foul. Foul will be on Qualls, will be his third. Lee, who has 5 points on the game, will have 2 free throws. And the first is good. And second free throw good. 56-24, 32-point lead for the Falcons. as we approach the midway mark of the third quarter. Qualls brings it across, and he just has his pocket picked by Marcellus Jackson. Marcellus to the basket. Hit! Good, and he's fouled. Jackson with the layup. Qualls with the foul. As Qualls, actually, that's going to be his 5th foul. He'll foul out of the game with 2 points. And Jackson to try to get the 3-point play the hard way after the steal.
Mays, that's a good press right there. That's a very good press.
Yeah,
able to come up with a steal.
And that just goes to show his athleticism in making that play right there.
Coast to coast for the N1.
Free throw, rattles out, no good. It bounces to Taylor. Gibbs going to run with a basketball. Graves. And is going to be fouled by Sweat as Graves was just flying to the basket and Tommy couldn't get out of the way. On Sweat will be his 2nd. Inbounds pass comes to Warwick. 3, too long. Rebound taken by Williams. And as Williams was trying to gather himself on the rebound, he's called for a travel. Fulton 58, Gibbs 24. 4:35 remaining in the third quarter. It's been an impressive performance by this Fulton team coming off the come-from-behind win last night over Farragut. Free throw line, turnaround jumper, good by Taj Kimber. Good ball movement, passing it around, and Fulton's now up 60-24. Warwick, ball behind the back dribble, rocks the baby to sleep and lays it in. 12 points for Warwick. Beautiful move on the drive to the basket. Back to a 34-point lead. Here's Marcellus Jackson, a 3, no good. Rebound, tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Gibbs. Subs into the game for Fulton will be Holt, Hatchett, and Nixon as Sweat, Taj Kimber,
Marcellus
and Marcellus Jackson comes out of the game. Denage to throw it in. Hatchett wide open in the corner for 3. Bullseye.
Just came in the game.
Desmere Hatchett, his 9th point of the game, 63-26. Gibbs runs the floor, and they got a man wide open underneath the basket for a layup. That's Taylor. Fulton went to sleep defensively, and Taylor got the easy layup. Here's Kimber. Bounce pass in the lane. They feed it across. Tyrell Nixon, top of the key to Holt. Hatchett, baseline. Nixon in front of the basket. Muscles one up, no good. Offensive rebound by Tyler Lee. Out to Denage Kimber. A 3 on the wing is good. His 2nd 3-pointer of the quarter, 66-28. As this one is getting away. Warwick's going to fire one up with a hand in his face. It's an air ball. Fulton comes away with it. Lee to Kimber. Baseline pull-up jumper, too hard. Long rebounds, get chased down by Graves. And it'll be Gibbs basketball. Warwick to throw it in. Graves will bring it across. 66-28, Fulton with the lead. Driving Warwick, jumper off the glass, no good. Rebound Damon Holt. Clears it out to Denage Kimber. Denage in the corner now to Hatchett. Back to Kimber. He's going to fire up another 3. This one rattles out, no good. Battle for the rebound, long rebound saved by Graves. Here's Graves, going to try to go coast to coast. Reverse layup, good. Nice move by Braden Graves to get around Holt for the layup. Hatchett, left wing with a basketball for Fulton. Drives in the lane, dumps it off. In traffic, ball stolen away. Was trying to get it to Lee. Long pass. Here's another reverse layup by Gibbs by Graves. This one is no good. And Fulton gets the rebound. Little showtime from the Eagles here. 66-30, Fulton with the lead. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Bounce pass, Nixon. Free throw line, Hatchett. Ball kicked away as they were trying to feed it to Lee underneath. Palmer into the game for Gibbs, as Graves will take a seat. As Tommy Sweat's going to come into the ball game to give Tyler Lee a break. Coach Wright still coaching hard, even though the Falcons are up 36 here in the third quarter. That's always his style. Holt. Now to Nixon for a three. Front iron, no good. Tommy Sweat with the rebound, and then coming over the back is going to be Williams of Gibbs. Silas Williams picks up the foul, will be his first. Third team foul, and Fulton will inbound it underneath their own basket. Pass comes to Holt, top of the key. Now to Sweat on the right side. Back to Holt. Now to Denaj Kimber. Nixon, pass deflected away, and it's going to be stolen by Warwick. Lazy pass, Warwick got a hand on it. Oh, behind the back pass in the lane, turning around. Here's Taylor off the glass, good. Good ball movement there by Gibbs. A very flashy basketball team. 66-32 with a minute remaining in the third. Fulton certainly would like to get a basket right here. Here's Holt with the ball in the lane. Ball's loose. Holt picks it up, feeds it to Sweat. Behind, over the head pass to Denaj Kimber to keep the basketball alive. And Fulton's going to eat some clock here as Gibbs sets up in the zone. Nixon, top of the key, 30 seconds left. Hatchett to Holt. Thought about shooting, passed it up. Sweat. Now to Kimber. Back to Hatchett, 20 seconds left. Fulton being very patient here. Now to Sweat in the corner. Kimber, right side. Just working it around the perimeter here. 10 seconds. Now you got to go. Denaj Kimber to Sweat. Head fake. 6 seconds left. Fires up a three.
It's good.
Sweat in front of the student section. Rams it home for three. And the Falcons go into the fourth quarter leading this basketball game by the score of 69-32. And Fulton, the last two quarters, have had a big three right at the buzzer.
Desmere Hatchett on the first one. Tommy Sweat with a step back three to end the third quarter.
69-32. We'll take a 60-second break and be back with the fourth quarter. You're listening to Fulton Basketball on WKCS Radio.
My dad served in Vietnam, the 82nd Airborne Division. He never talked about it, and my mom knew not to ask. So Dad buried himself in work and self-medicated and would lose his temper sometimes. Loud noises would put him on edge. It got rough. So I finally said to him, Dad, you gotta get help.
As a family member or friend, you may be the first to notice when a veteran you love has been going through changes. Things like withdrawing, drinking more, or increased anger could be a sign of a larger health concern, but help is available.
Dad finally went to VA for one-on-one and group therapy and got some really great tools to help him manage things. And I got my dad back.
Listen to hundreds of inspiring stories at maketheconnection.net and learn how you can support the veterans in your life. Treatment works. Recovery is possible.
Fulton with the basketball. Raby is called for a foul for the Eagles. Will be his first. And Tyler Lee will be at the line to shoot two. Tyler with 7 points on the game. Make it 8 as the first free throw is good. 70-32. So Falcons with the lead. Second free throw is good. 71-32. Warwick will bring it across. Backing in. Feeds it across now to Graves. Graves in the lane. Ball deflected away. Volleyballed around, but Gibbs is somehow able to save it. Graves, baseline. Crosses over. Now a jumper up and no good by Raby. And the rebound taken by Desmere Hatchett. Long outlet pass to Tyler Lee. Catches it under the basket. Feeds it out to Holt. Back to Hatchett. Lee, baseline, drives. Hatchett, top of the key for three. It's good. Desmere Hatchett, his 12th point of the game, 74-32. Fulton increases the lead. Warwick, fall away jumper, just muscled one up, no good. And Fulton will get the basketball back, as now we'll see some new faces in the ball game for Fulton. Jordan Rancher is in, along with Wusami Bates. Rancher will bring it across for the Falcons. Hatchett on the right wing. In the corner to Bates. Wusami, head fake. Works it around. Opposite corner, here is Hatchett with the basketball. Now Holt looks to drive. Stops at the free throw line. Floater, no good. Nice move, just couldn't finish the shot. Rebound comes to Palmer. Now to Schown. Back to Palmer in the corner. Gibbs to Walker. Now baseline, they've got a man open. Baseline jumper by Atkins is no good, and the rebound comes to Fulton to Taj Kimber. Taj will dribble it across. 5:38 remaining in the fourth quarter of this game. Fulton up 74-32. Hatchett, top of the key. Left side, Taj Kimber at the free throw line. Picks up his dribble. Now gives it to Bates. Head fake, back over to Rancher. And Fulton resets the offense. Hatchett looks to drive. Now to Bates. Bates in the lane. Head fake at the elbow. Back to Rancher. To Kimber. Kimber dribbles. Back to Bates. Fulton being very patient. Rancher passed up a three in the corner. We got 5 minutes left. Fulton backs it back out and resets offensively. Now they go underneath to Kimber. Bounce pass to Holt along the baseline in front of the Fulton bench. Back to Bates. Right wing jumper, no good. Long rebound comes to Warwick. Warwick's going to push it down the floor as Fulton tries to recover defensively, and he fires it up off the glass good. He's certainly a basketball player that's got some flair. I don't know if flair is the right word for it anymore. But whatever it is, he's got it. 74-34. 40-point lead for the Falcons. Hatchett in the corner. Back to Rancher. Holds it back out. 4:09 remaining in the basketball game. Fulton looking for win number 14 on the season. Holt drives baseline. Reverse layup. Got it.
Good.
What a move by Damon Holt. 8 points for him on the night. 76-34. Gibbs gets a man open underneath the basket. It's Kamen Schown. (76-36). Back to the 40-point lead. Rancher just dribbling it. 3.5 minutes left. Now to Bates. Baseline to Damon Holt. Rancher going to fire up a three. Back iron, no good. Came off flat. Palmer gets the rebound for Gibbs. And a three, baseline, good. That is Atkins. Connor Atkins reigns into three. 76-39 with 3 minutes remaining in the game. Kimber will bring it across, and Coach Jody Wright is going to ask for a timeout right here. And it will be just a 30-second timeout to kind of get his team set for the remaining 2:58 of the ball game. 76-39, Falcons with the lead. Coming up for the Falcons basketball, we've got a busy couple of weeks coming up. Monday night, the varsity boys will be playing at Jefferson County. That's a 7:30 tip-off. Then on Tuesday night, we've got a home game with South Doyle. That's girls and boys. Girls at 6, boys at 7:30. Then on the 13th, Oak Ridge will be here for girls varsity and boys varsity games. Then on February 16th, the Falcons will close out their regular season. That's next not Tuesday night coming up, but the following Tuesday night, as Hatchett fires in another 3 on the wing, as they will close their season against another District 3 team in Carter. So tough end of the season upcoming for the Falcons. 79-39. Here's a three-pointer fired up by Atkins. No good. Rebound taken by Marcellus Jackson, and he's wrestled to the floor by number 34, Cash Mount. His first foul of the game. Only the 5th team foul against the Gibbs Eagles. Driving to the basket, here is Jackson. A shot no good, but he's fouled on the way to the basket. As Mount will get his second foul. And at the line to shoot 2 will be Marcellus Jackson. He has 5 points on the night, as the first free throw's no good. Everybody has a comment, don't they, as they walk by?
Everybody does.
It's a bad thing about sitting right here. Second free throw, no good. Long rebound saved by Hatchett. Minute 45 remaining. Fulton up 79-39. Here's Marcellus Jackson for a 3, no good. Rebound, Hatchett, very active underneath. Feeds it out to Rancher. Rancher looks to drive, steps back, drives in the lane. Gibbs gets a hand on it, and a walk's going to be called on the pass as he's struggling to get the pass away. Clock running, 79-39. 40-point lead for the Falcons, as trying to drive to the basket is going to be Atkins. Fulton kind of lulled him to drive in there and then got a hand on the basketball to knock it away. Atkins throws it in underneath the basket. Minute remaining in the ball game. Fulton up by 40 here at the Jody Wright Arena. Shot up by Williams is no good. Rebound saved by Mount. His baseline jumper is no good. Rebound by Rancher, and Fulton will come to the other end. 36 seconds left. Marcellus Jackson just going to hold it. Looks like Fulton's not interested in running a play here, but Gibbs is going to bring out the defense just to keep Fulton honest. 20 seconds left. And it looks like Fulton will just hold it right here and win game number 14 on the year, as there's 10 seconds on the clock. Gibbs is not going to defend, and the Fulton Falcons are going to get a very impressive 79-39 victory over the Gibbs Eagles here at the Jody Wright Arena. Mac, that was quite an impressive performance by this Fulton basketball team.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. Overall, great defense on the game as Tommy Sweat comes over here to talk to me, to dap me up real quick. What's up, Tom? What's up, Tyrell? But overall, I think it was a great defensive performance for them. I feel like they really got it going in the second half, started knocking down more shots. Taj Kimber hit a few good pull-up mid-range shots to really get them going in the mid-range section. But Desmond Hatchett, he was knocking down the 3 pretty well. Yeah,
that was one of the big stories in the game, as the Falcons shot the ball well from beyond the three-point arc, as Denaj Kimber had 2 threes on the night. Taj Kimber had a couple. Tommy had 3 three-pointers. Desmere Hatchett had 4 on the night. So Fulton, and they were all big, as the Falcons get the win 79-39 here at home against the Gibbs Eagles. Let's take a 60-second break, and we'll be back to wrap it up as the Falcons win. You're listening to Fulton Basketball on WKCS Radio.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Tennessee, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Tennessee. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, a very impressive performance for the Fulton High School basketball team tonight as they win over the Gibbs Eagles by the score of 79-39. As leading the way for the Falcons, Tommy Sweat with 18 points on the night, 15 points apiece from Desmere Hatchett and Taj Kimber, 9 points from Tyler Lee, 8 from Damon Holt back in action for the Falcons, and that is definitely a good sign for the Falcons. Definitely a good sign for the Falcons to see Damon back in the lineup, and I think it really gave this team a little bit of a boost tonight. Denaj Kimber finished with 6 points on the night. Marcellus Jackson with 5. For the Gibbs Eagles, they were led by Dawson Warwick, their fine shooter. He had 14 points on the night. Then going down the list, Bryson Walker was 7. Braden Graves was 7. 4 points from Braden Taylor, 3 from Connor Atkins, 2 from Colton Qualls, and 2 from Kamen Shawn. Fulton led 26-10 at the end of the first quarter, 46-22 at halftime, 69-32 at the end of the third quarter, and 79-39 at the end of the ball game. So really Fulton got off to a hot start in this basketball game and never really let up as they get the win over Gibbs by the score of 79-39. Falcons now 14-5 on the year. Gibbs drops to 5-12. They're still a very good basketball team as they've knocked off a couple of big wins in district play this year. So coming up next for the Falcons on Monday night, the boys varsity team will be playing a game at Jefferson County at 7:30. And then Falcon Radio will be back on Tuesday night for the game against South Doyle, 6 and 7:30. So check our WKCS Twitter account if we're going to see if we're going to be able to have the radio broadcast or if it will be a video only broadcast. We'll let you know in the coming up days. Then February 13th against Oak Ridge, and February 16th a week from Tuesday against Carter, and then that should close out the regular season for the Fulton boys and girls basketball teams. Girls won tonight 65-35 over the Gibbs Lady Eagles. The boys win 79-39 in the boys action over the Gibbs High School Eagles. We want to thank everyone who made these broadcasts possible here on WKCS Radio. Joining me on the broadcast tonight was Tommy Sweat during the girls game and Mac McCovery during the girls games, and Robert Sheffield is always back in the studio on the radio side, making sure everything's happening properly. The WKCS video crew, Winslow Borovich, taking care of our really nice camera up there tonight. So we appreciate him, and Winslow has been one of our MVPs of the season, as he's been here to film most of these broadcasts for us. So I appreciate him tremendously for all of his help in making these broadcasts possible. Also great to have Nicholas Slagle here tonight. As we were able to, when he's able to be here, we can add a few technical bells and whistles to our broadcast that you were able to see on our WKCS Radio YouTube channel, and also through Twitter, to where we're able to put all the graphics and everything on the screen and be able to stream the broadcast to a couple different places. So when we do that, that's pretty cool to be able to do that. So personally want to thank everybody that helped to make this happen. Corbin couldn't be here tonight because it's Trip Carver's birthday. So Trip, happy birthday to you. We will see you around, you college graduate guy. So hope Corbin and everyone's having a great night tonight celebrating with Trip on his birthday. So we were kind of shorthanded tonight, but we made it happen as 2 big wins for the Falcons tonight over Gibbs, as the girls win over the Lady Eagles 65-35 and the boys win over Gibbs 79-39. So for everyone here that makes these broadcasts possible on WKCS Radio, until we talk to you again next time, This is Russell May saying thanks for listening to Fulton Basketball on WKCS Radio. Good night, Reagan. Good night, Anderson.